who that.
I'm a who that.
Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, 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 Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that.
I'm a who that.
Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
Where we do that.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on Tampa, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy, then you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, fucking like this, and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, 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 Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. Much love to the great Saint Think Tank. We up in this thing. Big shout out to the Who Dat Nation. Appreciate y'all enjoying me or joining me for this installment of the Sports Coma. Please enjoy it. We in this thing for a Friday night affair. Shout out to the fam. This was Saints NFC, AFC, and Super Bowl predictions. This article is coming directly from Saints News Network. A good friend of the show, Bob Rose, has laid an article on his predictions. We're going to go over that thing. Also, several other articles we're going to cover as well. We're going to take a look at the roster in full. And, of course, we're looking at Sport Track right now. We haven't updated the salary cap figures on the black and gold just as of yet. We're going to talk about all that, questions and more in this episode of the Sports Coma. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being up in the building. Please feel free to hit the like button. Hit the hell out the like button. Feel free to hit the subscribe button like Kenneth Holmes. Shout out to Kenneth Holmes who hit the subscribe button and joined the great Saint Think Tank. Much love to you. Appreciate you guys for being up in this thing. Much love to the fam. All right, big ups to everybody. What's up, Kai? Shout out to my guy, Kai. Tori, what's happening? Tori, shout out, bro. 985 live in the building. What's up, baby? Who that to you? What's up, Elite? Shout out to you, Lewis. What's up, fam? Trav Scott, Trey Joseph. What's up, Trey? Brother Jerry. What's happening, fam? Natural Chrissy. What's happening, Queen? Good to see you. It's been a while. Hope everything all good with you. What's up, Laura? Shout out to the queens up in here. Brother Doug's in the building. Josh. What's up, Josh? King Gucci. What's happening, fam? Brother Tano. Who that to you? Good to see you. All right. Who else we got? Gundam is in the building. Shout out to my brother Gundam. He says, Q, I'm a little worried about Atlanta. Hope we put our foot on their necks and never let up. Yeah, you got to watch out, man. With the first matchup, the Saints, we know the defense seems, to just take off. We know our special teams is going to be fine. And, of course, we didn't have extended action to see all of our guys on the field at the same time. But the small sample size serving that we had of the Saints offense, we speaking about the offense, I'm speaking about that anyway, looked pretty good. But how do they look in a full out game? And I think they'll do pretty good. There'll be some bumps and bruises and some learning processes in the first month of the season, but those who are able to adjust in that first month, they'll gain a major advantage. And I think if the Saints just take care of business, they should be able to take care of business against the Falcons in week 1. Just don't overlook the Falcons looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's the first game, could be a trap game if the Saints don't approach it properly. Shout out, brother Gundam. All right, JT, shout out to you. Much love to you, my brother. Thank you. And prayers and blessings to you as well, my friend. Appreciate you. All right, shout out to all the fams in the building, man. I see y'all. Uncle Paulie's in the building. Shout out to you. Who that Dana? Shout out to the queen. All right, what's up, Jay Nola? Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate the support. Much love to you, my fam. Much love. All right, who else we got? What's up, Dewan? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you being up in this thing. All right, Pelicans Nola is in full effect. Donnie's in the building. Shout out to you. K Molinaire. All right, brother Zandale has become a member. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you for being a member for the last couple of months. Brother Zandale, shout out to you, brother. Thank you. All right, who else we got chiming on up in this thing? Who that Dana? I think I gave you a shout out, Queen. Charity Baby, what's happening? Good to see you. Brother Rick's Raw in the building. Shout out to you. All right, good to see you as well. All right, who else? AJ, what's up, fam? Ant-Man's in the building as well. Shout out to you. Jay Summer, who that to you? Brother Tron, who that to you? Brother William, who that to you? King C3, who that to you, fam? Good to see all y'all up in this thing. Shout out to the fam. King Chosen One, I see you, fam. Much love to you. What's up, Avis? Shout out to you, fam. Much love to you all the way out in North Carolina. All right, baby. Much love to you. All right, Brother Tyrone, I see you. Coach Tab is in the building. What's up, Nelson? I see you, fam. Much love. Thank you for popping in. All right. Carla, what's happening, Carla? Good to see you, Queen. Much love to the fam. Appreciate all of y'all, man, for being up in this thing. What's up, Chemo? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out. All right, and that's how we do it at the Sports Coma, man. We give shout out. Now, what's up, Nolans? Nolans 504, who that to you? Brother Tony, I see you, fam. Colorado, what's happening, Colorado? We give shout out to all our family members in the Coma, man. Without you guys, Sports Coma wouldn't be here, man. So shout out to you. Appreciate you, brothers and sisters, for being in the stream. Your boy Cuts, I see you, fam. Much love to you, fam. Appreciate you. That's the professors in the building. What's up, Professor Ernest is in the building. Shout out to you, my brother. Ontario, who that to you as well. Big ups to the entire fam, man. Thank y'all for chiming in this Friday stream. Please feel free to punch upon the like button, hit that like button, and the share button too. It helps out the stream. So with that being said, there's a poll that's placed that I put up prior to the broadcast starting off. What's up, Elijah? Shout out, Elijah. What's up, Brandon? Shout out to you, fam. There is a poll in there, and as you can see, family. What's up, Brother Ro? Who that to you? Brandon, who that? All right, so yeah, they got the it got 4 options there. So how many wins will the Saints have this regular season? Has 80 votes on it right now. Feel free, if you hadn't gotten in on that thing, please feel free to kind of chop it up and put it on the poll. You know, we got 14 or more wins as the top option, and between 11 and 13 wins is the second option. The third option is between 9 to 10 wins, and then the final option is less than 9 wins for the Saints this upcoming season. So, you know, that's what's up, Brother L. Who that to you? What's up? WB3, what's happening, fam? He says, can I get a shout out because the last time, what's up, WB3? I ain't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing all right out there in Florida, bro. Because the last time I got froze out. How you got froze out, Willie? Who gonna freeze you out, brother? All right, shout out to Brother Willie, man. Good to see you in the chat, my brother. Shout out. All right, it's Poppy 504. Shout out to you as well. Much love to the fam, man. Thank y'all. Like I said, if y'all want to chime in on the poll, fam, please feel free to chop it up on the poll. Right now, between 11 and 13 wins is blowing away the competition. It has 73% of the vote right now. We got over 80 votes on it right now. 21% for 14 wins or more, and then 5 per between 9 and 10. And somebody had 2%. I think the Saints 2% of the family members believe that the Saints will win less than 9 games. So there you go. All right, shout out. Uncle Paulie, what's up, bro? Says Q, the Saints better be careful about Kamara and now Marcus May. Roger Goodell could give out some big fines and suspensions. Just saying. Yeah, indeed, bro. Indeed. You always got to watch out for that chump commissioner, man. You know, he'd be waiting in the wings, licking his chops and doing the Birdman hand rub anytime the Saints players have some issues off the field. You better believe that. Brother Shedrick. What's up, Brother Shedrick? Who that to you, bro? Good to see you. Who that? Mr. Who that's in the building. Good to see you, my brother. Appreciate you popping in. Yeah, and that's what's up, Carlton? Shout out to Carlton, man. What's up, my brother? Good to see you in the chat, Brother Carlton. Much love, bro. Yeah, and that's something that we looked at, man, when you talk about Goodell on Capaldi. And, you know, Marcus May situation. I'm kind of reserving you know, my commentary on the Marcus May thing. And somebody told me, and I haven't seen it yet, but if anybody has seen the video, have access to the video, I haven't seen it. I've heard that it's out there, but I haven't seen it. And they're saying that the whole affair was captured on video. I don't know, but the police must have some type of evidence to react to taking him and putting him in jail. But Marcus May says he's innocent and he's going to challenge it to the best of his ability. So all we can do right now is kind of wait till more information leaks out about exactly what's going on with Marcus, with that whole situation. But it just from optically speaking, it just the optics don't look good at all. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. Don't look good at all. But I don't understand if that was indeed the case. Why would somebody do that? Why would they draw down on a bunch of young women in the car? It just don't make any sense to me. But see, the past, then where people start to go off is your past reputation. Like, okay, he had some drunken incident or a DWI incident in the jet. So the idea is he could be a troublemaker and prone to off-field issues, and see how your rep kind of goes with you, and people start just giving into, he must have done it, he a troublemaker, you do. But you got to be cautious with that, because that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes, like I told you, there are people, predatory people out there, both women and men, that go after these people and incite them to do stuff. I don't know. I'm not saying this is the case, but we know when we seen what happened with Kamara, that when you go over the case, and I told you when I heard it, I already knew what time it was. I said, this guy more than likely at 5 o'clock in the morning, a man coming out of the casino, he seen Kamara, knew who he was, and was going to get paid. And some people do that. Man, they got people out there that hit the brakes on and get slammed into just to collect the insurance money. Do it over and over again. Yeah, they got a lot of fraud stuff going on nowadays, man. And when times get tough, they get that stuff kind of spreads around. So, you know, I know that exists. I know what time it is, man. You know, my eyes open on a lot of that stuff, and I know that a lot of them type of people be playing games with them athletes. And Kamara, credit to him, said he's gonna fight that guy in court. So I don't know what he's gonna fight him with, but I got to give him credit for at least saying he's gonna stand and fight. So we'll see how it all shakes and moves. But yeah, Goodell sitting there doing the Birdman hand rub, waiting to see what happened with that. So yeah, we'll see. All right, Tony, what's up, Tony? Says, Q, I told all of the Saints haters up here in Alaska that they have until 12 a.m. September the 10th to jump on the Saints fan wagon. Damn, Tony, you might be the only black and gold man in that whole damn state, man. I can't fathom what people from Alaska football team, and probably a combination of different things. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool, Tony, that you up there telling them, listen, you better get on while you can, because listen, the door gonna shut and you're gonna be on the outside looking in. Don't come play. We're gonna come up in here trying to talk about getting in there then. All right, thank you, Tony. Shout out, man. What's up, Uncle? Who that? Big ups, man. Good to see you, brother. Much love to you. All right, shout out to you, man. Appreciate all y'all, man, for being in the building. Brother Tragic, how you doing? All right. Happy birthday, KB. Much love to you, Queen. Happy who that birthday to our girl, man. KB, much love to you, Queen. Appreciate you. Much love. Happy who that to you, Queen. Much love, man. Shout out to you. All right. WB3 says, I'm doing good, but he says, what I want to talk about is these bad character players that we have when Sean Payton was the coach and he ain't play that mess. I.e. Marcus, whatever his last name is, safety, Marcus May. It's his name. But Willie, we don't, like we saying, we don't know all of the details. It's still fresh on. So I don't know if, you want to start, thinking that this could be something that goes, in the opposite direction. We got to wait for the facts to come out. Still not enough evidence out to make, in my estimation, to make a judgment. I ain't going to call it yet. I need some more information because it don't make no sense. It don't make any sense. I understand that if it was 12 guys in the car and they was chasing him around, they knew who he was and whatever, and they must have did something. He said, no, don't try it. But this was several women in the car, they were juvenile women, and he might not, I don't know what's going on. So I ain't going to just opinionate and look for it. I don't know. We're going to wait. I'm going to wait till the facts come out before I say anything about it. But the guy got caught with a DUI up there in New York, man, driving under influence, but so did Deontay Harty. Deontay Harty was so drunk that he handed the police officer he thought was his driver's license his credit card. Or maybe he was giving him his credit card and say, listen, man, go ahead and charge whatever you want right now, man, and let me go. That what happened. And they thought he was drunk. See, he was smart. They pulled him over. He was going 160 miles per hour. Something. I don't know what was going on up there in Baltimore. And then he handed him his credit card. He thought, man, probably thought he was too drunk. He thought he was handling this. He's like, nah, here, take it, man. Charge that. Let me go. Here, take this shit. Go buy yourself a brand new hat or something, man. Charge it to me and go ahead on about your business. Turn me loose. All right, Godfidence. What's up, baby? Shout out to you. Brandon says, if we win the Super Bowl this year, That would be more impressive than what the Bucks did when Brady 2 years ago. Nobody considers Jameis an all world QB like Brady. Most of those other dudes. Yeah, bro, this would definitely mean a lot. If you ask me, it would mean a hell of a lot for Jameis to win a Super Bowl with the Saints the 2 years after Drew retires and a year after Sean Payton goes. That's what I was saying. And people say, well, in essence, he won with Sean Payton's team. Well, that's only a partial truth. Sean Payton did help put together the defense, but really Dennis Allen did more than take over Sean Payton's team. He actually improved upon it. So if you really want to confine it and look at it, if Dennis Allen wins the Super Bowl, he knows he has a Super Bowl defense and offense. He knows that. The offense, special teams in the defense, the offense needed a few pieces. Dennis Allen added more than enough pieces to the offense for it to take shape. He took the offense, and he could have traded Mike Thomas. Remember, when he came here, he got the job. He flew out to California, met with Michael Thomas, told Mike, listen, man, you are part of this team, and we want you. We can't win without you. We want you to still be here and work with us. We need you. And when he did that, because right when he got hired, because we covered it, all the trade rumors started swirling around Michael Thomas being traded. And I was like, man, this don't make any sense. So Dennis Allen squashed all that real quick. He went out there, met with him out there, told him that, baby, I need you, baby. We need you on the team. And then next thing you know, they had to talk. They was all cool. And then everything was good with Michael Thomas and the new administration. He gave Michael Thomas his compliment wide receiver and Chris Olave. And Mike Thomas has been happy. He's been happy ever since. So it's been absolutely fantastic how he's handled it. But Dennis Allen did more than enough to kind of put his stamp on his team, bringing Jarvis Landry and Tyrann Mathieu in here, having a solid draft this year with bringing in guys like Pinion and Chris Olave, doing some really good stuff to improve upon the team, and it's elevated the Saints because they needed a few pieces on offense. And they've actually elevated the Saints offense to a top 5 offense, in my opinion. Gave Jameis one of the strongest teams that he's ever fielded. Gave Jameis a 2-year contract and put Pete Carmichael in head of the offense and handled the question mark about who's going to be the defensive coordinator. So no, we're going to co-chair this thing. No, Saints the only one to do that. So it's Chris Richard and Ryan Nielsen co-chairing that thing. So I mean, all of the stuff that he did, he's had a really smart off season going into the regular season. And I think he had, nobody's perfect. He had a few flubs that actually worked out, like the Quan Alexander thing. I think was probably, a lot of people say that was a mistake, but I think Eric Wilson is going to do a good job for the Saints if they have injuries. So, I mean, you can look at a few things that he's did, but more overwhelming than not, that Dennis Allen has been a very awesome. He's done a very awesome job, him and Mickey Loomis together. And they didn't wait to 2023 to make a stance and wait till the money freed up. Them people reworked all those contracts. They were swinging for the fences. I don't agree with the Deshaun Watson move. I thought he was playing games, but the Saints cleared all that money. They doing their thing. So they'll ultimately they'll extend out McCoy. They'll take a good look at Davenport to see how he acts into the season. They made a bold move trading Chauncey up out of here because they knew they wasn't going to pay him. They drafted Alontae Taylor, reworked the deal of Bradley Roby. So they've done a lot of gutsy stuff to improve upon the team, and it's going to be fun watching them, man. So when Dennis Allen does win the Super Bowl, you heard it. When he does win the Super Bowl, which one? Both of them will be good in the Who Dat Nation because we'll have 2. But which one holds a high regard? Nobody's seen the Saints coming the first time around. But this time around, without Peyton and Drew Brees, you win it with Jameis. And that just, to me, that would be something on another level, man. That would be so cool. All right, shout out to the fam. What's up, Saints for Life? Brother Lamar, Saints for Life, Mocha, good to see you, fam. What's up, Brother Randolph, Keeping It Real podcast. Brother Eugene in the building as well. Good to see y'all, man. Appreciate y'all stopping by, chiming in up in this thing. And once again, shout out to my girl, KB. Much love to you, Queen, and happy Who Dat birthday to you. Seminole, shout out to you, fam. Appreciate you as well for being up in this thing, baby. Much love to you. All right. So the rest of the fam, let's get off into this stuff, fam. We're going to start off with Bob Rose's article that he just released not too long ago. So please feel free to go over there and check out Saints News Network. That's the great Saint Think Tank's very own Bob Rose, a great dude, do great work over there at the Saints News Network with brother Kyle T. Mosley and the rest of them over there. You know, we always uphold those guys. When you got really good people that's handling the business and they laying it out and they writing it, like you take them and you put them on your shoulders, you share the articles and you put them out there. You know, you let them know this is our voice. It's the voice and the people that we love, and we show them that appreciation. So, like, I don't read a lot of people's stuff on this show, man. I know y'all noticed that. I don't put everybody, certain people that I like. You know, it's Bob Rose, it's Kyle T. Mosley and Saints News Network. It's Brother Ross and Brother John over there at the Saints News Wire, Saints Wire, and the Canal Street Chronicles. Those are really good places that I like to share news articles from and give them some support, because they need some help too in getting the articles out and spreading it around. You see what I'm saying? We all one part of a giant matrix here. We all got to work together. All right. So anyway, much love to the fam, man. Kay, what's up? Kay says, Q, do y'all think MT and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson going to fight in week 7? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen, baby. I think Mike is not going to let Chauncey Gardner-Johnson get in his head. You know, I think Mike is bigger than that. I don't see that happening. All right. Debbie Beatrice says, say Q, the camouflage scene, the hat is on point. I'm about to order. Okay, thank you, Willie. Much love, bro. Thank you for that, bro. Shout out to you. I got a few of them that's rolling in up in this thing, bro. So shout out. Thank you for that, bro. Oh, Marlon. What's up, Marlon? Shout out to Marlon, man. Good to see you in the building as well. I thought I seen my dog Teal in here too. If I see Teal, holla at me, Teal. I thought I've seen you scrolling. Shout out to you. Brother Prime, what's happening, fam? All right, good to see you. Brother Tim, I see you. Shout out to you, bro. Good to see you. Randy says 90% of the national media always bring up their concern that Drew is gone, but the last 3 years the Saints have shown they can win games without an all-world QB under center and without your all-world coach. You went in there and have a very difficult, well, I ain't gonna say difficult because it was easy for us, but you went over there and got a win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sean Payton wasn't even there. And Dennis Allen led that team, and they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 9-0 in their building. And the Saints defense was so immaculate, so elite, that the top passer in that game was Taysom Hill with 11 yards. He ain't even got 111. He couldn't even top 111. What's up, brother Eric? Shout out to you, fam. Good to see you, man. All right. Shout out to y'all, man. All right, fam. So here we go. Hit the like button, fam, if you hadn't got an opportunity, as we get ready to kind of jump into this article right here. All right, here we go. Saints, NFC, AFC, and Super Bowl predictions by Bob Rose over at the Saints News Network. Check it out. This is his predictions for the Saints and the entire NFL. We're going to go over this thing here, and we're going to like to hit go. All right, the 2022 NFL season finally here. You got the defending Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams will host the Bills on Thursday night to kick off week 1 of NFL action. The Saints start the regular season off with a good road trip to face the Falcons on Sunday afternoon. Now, New Orleans is coming off an injury-ravaged 9-8 campaign in 21, missing the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Atlanta's coming off a 7-10 season, their 4th consecutive losing record, while the Falcons look like a team in full rebuilding mode. The Saints added pieces this offseason that again make them an NFC contender in some eyes. Here are my team predictions for the upcoming season. It starts with the AFC East. You got Buffalo, New England, Miami, and the Jets. The Bills have won the division for the last 2 years and are heavy favorites to do so again. Buffalo has one of the league's most complete rosters, but has tasted the postseason disappointment in 20 and 21. They are still one of the favorites in a loaded AFC to go to the Super Bowl. So yeah, the Bills are very talented. They are. New England, you always look at Bill Belichick there, having a chance depending. Miami got a lot of pieces there because they finally put it together. And of course, the people keep elevating the Jets for whatever reason. I just don't think that'll happen. All right, say the Jets look much improved on paper, but their young rosters will probably have to endure a season of growing pains. Miami had tons of speed this offseason, but are dealing with quarterback questions and injuries in their secondary. New England is led by one of the greatest coaches of all time, but there's a significant talent gap between themselves and the Bills. Going to the AFC North, there's Joey Burrow. Cincinnati is the top club, followed by Baltimore, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. I don't understand the offseason disrespect for the Bengals. They're a young roster that came of age down the stretch to catch fire in the playoffs. This offseason, they shored up the offensive line and nearly got Joe Burrow killed. Cincinnati has perhaps the league's best wideouts, a dynamic back in Joe Mixon, a disruptive front seven on defense, and one of the NFL's best quarterbacks. It wouldn't shock me if the Bengals ran away with this division. Baltimore seems like the likely team to challenge Cincinnati in the division. Lamar Jackson is a human cheat code with legs, and the Ravens look healthy at cornerback and running back after injuries depleted their spots in 21. With Coach Harbaugh and a rugged defense, the Ravens will be in every game. Cleveland has the defense and running back talent to challenge for a playoff spot if they can keep their heads above water until a quarterback returns from an 11-game suspension. Pittsburgh has a couple of the game's best young stars, but an awful offensive line, talent deficiencies throughout their roster. However, a team coached by Mike Tomlin can never be ruled out of any game. It's really Mitchell Trubisky starting that thing off. I think he'll get out the way and they'll bring Pickett in there. And Pickett looked real good in the preseason and in camp, man. So, but you can't really count on that rookie. But we'll see down the line, because I'm interested to see how Pittsburgh do in that tough division as well. AFC South, the Colts sitting on top, followed by the Titans, the Jags, and the Texans. Remember, Tennessee Titans were ones that was picked into the Colts had a pretty good season. They added Matty Icy Hot up there, and a lot of people feeling good about it. The addition of Matt Ryan should get a talented Colts team over the playoff hunt. Indianapolis is one of the best backs in the game, a strong defense, and an underrated wideout, and Michael Pittman. Coach Mike Vrabel and running back Derrick Henry and a physical defense make the Titans a dangerous foe for anyone. However, recent injuries and a rebuilding receiving core could cause this team to take a step back. Look for major improvements from Jacksonville behind new coach Doug Peterson and QB Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars simply don't have enough talent yet to be consistently competitive. It's the same story in Houston, where the Texans have some intriguing players but are in the midst of a major rebuild. AFC West, the Chargers, the Los Angeles, as I call them, the Los Angeles Phone Chargers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Denver Broncos, and the Las Vegas Raiders. This might be the NFL's wildest division in 2022. Reminiscent of the AFC West wars from the 80s and the 90s, the Raiders have offensive weapons and a disruptive defensive front, but questions in the secondary. We'll see if Josh McDaniels has learned anything from his failed stint as a head coach of the Broncos in 2009 to 2010. The Broncos look to have finally found a quarterback in Russell Wilson, but have questions at linebacker, and first-time head coach is there. Kansas City still has one of the league's most imaginative offense, Patrick Mahomes boys, Travis Kelce, and Coach Andy Reid. However, the Chiefs have a completely new receiving core and a porous defense. My pick for the West is the Phone Chargers, who have a roster worthy of Super Bowl contender. Baffling game-time decisions and performances are always a question with this franchise, but an explosive offense led by Justin Herbert and an underrated defense make them a legitimate threat. Division winners: Bills, Bengals, Chargers, Colts. Wild cards: Chiefs, Ravens, Broncos. Right? So here you go. I went through the AFC. The division winners: Bob has the Bills, the Bengals, the Chargers, the Phone Chargers, and the Colts. And of course, the wild cards are the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Bronx. That's pretty interesting. NFC East, going to the NFC side of things. All right, Philadelphia, Dallas, Washington, and the Giants. Philadelphia, QB Jalen Hurts is a great runner, but needs to take the next step as a passer for this team to have legitimate title aspirations. Otherwise, the Eagles have as much combined offense and defensive talent as anyone in the league. Dallas has star power, no question. Receiver CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup are dangerous. QB Dak Prescott will light teams up, and three top defenders in Micah Parsons, while Trayvon Diggs and DeMarcus Lawrence should make the Cowboys a playoff contender. They got playmakers at every level. Lawrence, you got him at the defensive line, Parsons in the middle, and they got him at every level. So does that make the Cowboys a playoff contender? Injuries on the offensive line, head-scratching performances by players and coaches will continue to hold them back. Washington has a deadly defensive line, two terrific receivers in McLaurin and Dotson, John Dotson. Remember him? The Commanders will come up short because overall talent and continued inconsistencies from QB Carson Wentz. He is a major question mark. He a major question mark. It's Carson Wentz. Could he turn in the type of performance before he got hurt with Philly that first time around when he was doing all that stuff? Could he become that guy? He just fell apart confidence-wise. Could he reassemble that confidence? Could they get him there? If they can, they have something. The Giants have the makings of a good defense and athleticism on offense, but an awful offensive line, and QB Daniel Jones will cause another tumble to the bottom of the division. The Giants, too, very interesting. The Giants have some very talented players, man. I'm talking about Saquon Barkley. I'm talking about what's the wide receiver, the kid that they were trying to trade. They got a couple of good wide receivers. Daniel Jones could play when he wants to. You got to protect him. And they got some players on defense, but they're a ways off. But man, if some of that star talent on offense can stay healthy, man, if they could put something together, the Giants might shock a little bit. I don't think they go, they still need a few other pieces, but they can look better than what they have in recent years. NFC North, the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears. Chicago has an awful roster that will probably cause them to compete for the top overall draft choice in 2023. Don't be surprised if the Lions make a run at an overrated Minnesota team for a second place in the division. Detroit is building a strong defense and plays hard-nosed football on offense despite a lack of talent. The Vikings have top-flight talent in wideouts Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, running back Delvin Cook, improved overall defense and offensive line, and another potential star in Irv Smith Jr. Minnesota will be held back because of their lack of depth and wildly inconsistent play from Kirk, somebody else's cousins, in big games. As long as the Packers have QB Aaron Rodgers, they will continue to be favorites in the league. Green Bay is also supported by a terrific defense and an outstanding two-headed rushing attack. The question with Green Bay, can they find a wide receiver? Is Lazard the guy that they're looking for? Romeo Doubs, who they drafted, could he step up? So they need to find somebody to help Aaron Rodgers in the passing game. That's a big question with Green Bay as well. NFC West, jumping to the West now. The Rams, the Niners, the Cards, and the Sea Chickens. I'm just kidding, the Seahawks. The Rams are just as good on paper as the 21 version that won the Super Bowl, but there's some questions about their offensive line, defensive depth, and the health of their running backs. However, QB Matt Stafford, an outstanding crew of receivers and dominant defensive stars make them a prohibitive NFC favorite again. The only question I have about a powerful San Francisco roster is at the quarterback position. I totally get that. Where second tier Trey Lance has been handed the reins. Don't be shocked if Jimmy Garoppolo is back behind center by mid-season. Otherwise, the 49ers are legitimate championship threats. I thought it was pretty smart and crafty how the Niners couldn't move Garoppolo, then reshaped his contract to bring him back in as a backup. Now, if Trey struggles, Garoppolo can come in for him. And if he can stay healthy, that really kind of makes the 49ers look a little different. If Garoppolo can stay healthy, that definitely creates a different dynamic with them. The Cardinals are hurt by a 6-game suspension of wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, but QB Kyler Murray still has plenty of weapons in Marquise Brown, Rondale Moore, A.J. Green, and Zach Ertz. Arizona will be held back by a lack of running game, youth in the secondary, lack of depth on the defensive front. This is a team that can make a championship run just as easily as they can miss the playoffs altogether. After a decade of inconsistent playoff contention, Seattle is in full rebuild mode and is a mess at the quarterback position. And they don't want to. They kind of plan for the draft, in my opinion, to see if they can snatch one of the top pass rushers coming out of the draft next year. I think that's what they're trying to do. And going to the NFC South, our beloved NFC South, at the top of it, look at them. You got the Saints 12-5, the Buccaneers at 11-6, the Panthers at 7-10, and the Falcons at 4-13. What in the world, Bo? Atlanta may be among the league's least talented teams. I see them fighting it out with the Bears, the Sea Chickens, the Giants, and the Texans for the top overall pick in 2023. Carolina has a lot of underrated talent and could make a run for a wild card berth. However, uncertainty on the sidelines could lead to a slow start and an early season coaching change before it comes together. Great point about the Carolina Panthers. I've often talked about the Carolina Panthers in terms of, in terms of the talent that the Panthers have. I talked about how outstanding DJ Moore is, how I like him a lot. I like Christian McCaffrey if he stays healthy. I like Robbie Anderson. They have some really good players there, some talent. I like several of their players over there, man. I was about to name one of them. He kind of drew a blank right there. But anyway, the Carolina Panthers have a lot of talent. They got a young defense that has potential. But Bob makes a great point about the administrative. Matt Rule should have been fired last year, and they should have brought somebody in there that knew what they're doing. You know, that's what they should have did. But this owner decided, or who the general manager decided to keep Rule there. And could this team buy into Rule, and could they compete in the NFC South? Because I think the biggest problem with the Carolina Panthers is the head coach. You know, he's a major issue. All right, Tampa and New Orleans will be fighting it out for the division lead and one of the top spots in the conference all season. The Buccaneers still have Tom Brady, a deep core of receivers, an underrated running game, and an outstanding defense. Tampa Bay has also been ravaged at the interior offensive line this offseason, the well-known key to defeating Tom Brady. Indeed, Bob lays it out right there and tells you that's one of the big problems that's going there. Yeah, J.C. Horn is a beast too. That's right, Kevin. They got a lot of really good players over there, man, that we scouted. What's the defensive end that I like that we scouted a couple of years ago that's over there? You know, they got what's my wide receiver over there? They got him over there. So yeah, they got a lot. They just got to put it together. He not trash. John says Robbie Anderson's trash. Robbie Anderson will burn your ass, man. You got to watch out for old crazy Robbie Anderson. All right, so yeah, and see, Bob lays it out perfectly in that sentence. He's talking about the Buccaneers still have Tom Brady, a deep core of receivers, an underrated running game, and an outstanding defense. He gives them all their credit. They can't say, oh, he hating on us. No, he gave them all their credit. Then he says, but also been ravaged at the interior offensive line this offseason. The well-known key to defeating Tom Brady is getting pressure in this up in this face of Tom Brady. When you do that, there is no way for the slowful, stone-footed Tom Brady to move. He knows how to shift and slide and step into a pocket if pressure's wrapping itself around him. He has an unbelievable pocket awareness where he slides in the pocket and throws the ball upfield. But if there is somebody there and the pressure's coming to you right here, there is no way for you to go. And the Saints do that better than any team in the NFL. They get pressure directly up the center on Tom Brady. Got all them backups in there. So it's gonna be a rough party for Tom Brady this year. They also don't have the depth we're accustomed to seeing on the defensive line. A week 2 matchup between the Saints and the Bucs will be a great barometer for both squads. New Orleans replaced retired coach Sean Payton this offseason, while Jameis Winston is in his second season as the successor to the legendary Drew Brees. The Saints also have concerns about depth along the offensive line and at linebacker, you know, with injuries in the secondary raising potential issues. So Bob keeping it real. And he is saying this, he's saying, listen, linebacker such and such. But you got Eric Wilson, who outplayed several linebackers that's on the team, that's on the practice squad. So maybe if somebody struggles, Zach Bourne, in my humble opinion, should not be on the active roster. Zach Bourne need practice, thus he should be on the practice squad. He should be on the right squad with the right name. Zach Bourne needs practice, so he should be on the Saints practice squad. Eric Wilson is a veteran and outplayed several of the Saints linebackers not named Demario Davis. He should be on the active roster. Maybe that corrects itself sooner than later. You get me? And then, of course, he does mention the injuries that's occurring in the secondary. We're talking about Alontae Taylor, who should be ready to go. We also dealing with Paulson Adebo. Remember a couple of days ago, a couple of shows ago, we covered the Paulson Adebo ankle injury situation, which they saying that he should be good to go, but still an ankle to one of your starting cornerbacks is something you got to watch out for. So we got a few things we're looking out for right there, and Bob is covering it in saying that. But fortunately, the secondary is a deep position for us as well. So Winston, who missed the last 10 games of the 21 season with a knee injury, will benefit from the return of all-pro wide receiver Michael Thomas and the offseason addition of Jarvis Landry and first-round pick Chris Olave. The Saints also have Alvin Kamara, the most versatile running back in the league. Thank you for saying it. New Orleans is expected to have one of the best defenses in the league, a defensive line led by the mighty Cam Jordan. Marcus Davenport causing consistent disruption. Demario Davis is among the best linebackers in the NFL, a deep secondary led by Laddie Daddy, and he's capable of shutting down the league's best receivers. Division winners, Saints, Rams, Packers, Eagles, Wild card, Buccaneers, 49ers, and Cowboys. Let me say it again. Bob Rose picks the Saints, the Rams, the Packers, and Eagles to win their division. And the guys in the wild cards are the Bucks, the Niners, and Cowboys. Let's go further in. AFC Championship matchup. Bengals versus the Bills. Bengals over the Bills. In the AFC champ, that'll be a really good one too, by the way. The Bengals and the Bills. And then the NFC matchup with the Saints against the Rams. That's payback, baby. Baby, that's going back, baby, when they cheated us, baby. Baby, we gonna take it to you this time, baby. That'll be a perfect matchup to pay them people back for several years ago when they cheated us out of the game. Could you not understand the energy and the intensity of the Saints remembering that and correcting that wrong to beat the Rams to go to the Super Bowl against the Bengals? Man, that would be so slick. And he got the Saints over the Rams, giving them the payback. And of course, the Super Bowl in Glendale will match up with the Saints and the Bengals. All right, after winning a shootout in the AFC Championship game, the Bengals proved that the 2021 wasn't a fluke. The Saints exact a small measure of revenge for getting robbed in the 2019 NFC title game by overcoming the Rams at home. Winston proves all his detractors wrong by showing that he is a championship quarterback and beating those guys. Joey Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the Cincinnati receivers will have their moments. However, the Saints are built for dealing with deep receiving cores. This is facts. And have a fearsome pass rush to keep pressures on Burrow. Offensively, few teams have the athletes to match up with Kamara. And the questionable Bengals secondary is repeatedly beat by Winston, Thomas, Landry, and Olave. That's right. That's that garbage time hole in the apple, rotten apple guy will get torched by Landry. Cincinnati battles all even and even takes a fourth quarter lead. However, Winston silenced all critics with a stirring fourth quarter scoring drive to take home the MVP and gives New Orleans their second Super Bowl championship as the Saints take the Cincinnati Bungles down 30-24 in the Super Bowl, baby. And that's what I call a great ending of a story, baby. So yes, indeed. Love that. That was a terrific breakdown. What y'all thought about that, baby? Let me tell you something. That was an awesome. Shout out to Bob Rose, man. We're gonna have Bob on the show tomorrow, man. And man, this was a great article, and he really dropped some facts, man. You can see Bob knows his adversaries out here and the rest of the people. He knows them. So shout out to brother Bob. Much love to you, bro. Appreciate that article. All right, let's move to the next one, family. Several Saints players change jersey numbers after roster cuts. Let's get into it from Mr. Sigler over at the Saints Wire. Multiple New Orleans Saints players selected new jersey numbers after the roster cuts made a lot of options available. Though most of them are on the practice squad, here who's wearing new numbers per the team's official website. Chase Hansen is rocking the 42. His old one's 40, so he goes back to the 42. Lucas Kroll gets number 87. He drops 44 and goes 87, a more respectable tight end number is Lucas Kroll. All right, Christian Ringo had 57. I mean, he goes to, I see, and his new number is 57. His old number was 70. And my thing is that 57, he should not be able to wear that 57 because that 57 should be retired because that's the great Ricky Jackson's number. Ricky Jackson is in the Hall of Fame today. How is his number not retired in the black and gold building? Ricky Jackson jersey needs to be retired and needs to be hung up in the Raptors, and nobody ever needs to wear that jersey. I guarantee you ain't nobody going to be wearing the number 9. So they need to retire the great Ricky Jackson's number 57. Don't take it away and don't let nobody wear it. All right. So let's keep it going. Quan Baker, who's, going to be suspended for 6 games because he was taking steroids. His new number is number 15. He gave up the 87. He should have kept the 87, man. That's Joe Horn's old number, man. He had a lot of success. Love seeing 87 out there. That's reminiscent of Joe Horn, man. Would have loved to seen that. Tanner Owen, who's a new offensive lineman we picked up off waivers on the active roster, will be wearing number 79. Owen was claimed off the waivers from Buffalo earlier this week, and the Saints are listing him as an offensive tackle on their online roster. That suggests he's returning to his natural left tackle spot where he lined up dozens of games at Northwest Missouri State rather than guard where Buffalo tried him out on both sides of the line. If that's the case, he's on the 53-man roster behind James Hurst and Landon Young. Ryan Ramczyk and Lewis Kidd are the right guard. He said Ryan Ramczyk and Lewis Kidd is at the right guard or backing up the right guard position. The guard, Drew Dagelaris, signed the Saints practice squad earlier this week. He's chosen to continue wearing the same jersey, which is number 61. So that's some of the roster changes for some of the guys, most of them backups. We already know what time it is with the starters and what they got and what they're going to be looking like. All right, let's keep it moving on to the next one by Mr. Sigler's second article here. Saints have assembled one of the NFL's oldest rosters, but we still going to knock your teeth in. That's all. All right, it's a problem that New Orleans Saints have assembled one of the NFL's oldest rosters. Maybe so, maybe not. Research from the Philly Voice, Jimmy Kempski, found that New Orleans ranked 29th across the league with an average age of players on their 53-man roster of almost 27 years of age. Only the Patriots, Cardinals, Buccaneers ranked lower based on initial 53-man lineup. And I know Tom Brady probably dragging them way down. How's that the case? New Orleans roster now has 9 players over the age of 30, including starters Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, James Hurst. Other veterans expected to play often include Mark Ingram, Taysom Hill, as well as Bradley Roby. There are a couple of 30-plus backups, too, and Andy Dalton, the oldest on the team, Daniel Sorensen. He says they didn't factor into this exercise, but 2 players on the practice squad also passed out threshold. Josh Andrews is 31 and Christian Ringo. I didn't know he was that old with 30. But don't panic. Last year, the Saints clocked in at number 22 with an average of 26 years of age. And generally speaking, the youngest teams have an average of 25 at the lowest, while the oldest clock in around 27. There isn't a great of a difference between the youngest and eldest squads around the league, as often the case in this league. What matters is the talent of the players in the uniforms, not how long they've been wearing the jerseys. And absolutely correct in the West. So do the black and gold have any issues about having one of the oldest NFL rosters? I consider that wisdom. I consider that intelligence. That's what I consider it, having a team. And you're going to see when we start knocking your head off. All right, let's go to the final article right here. 4 free agents the Saints should consider at roster cuts is coming from Chris Donalds over at Canal Street Chronicles. A few veterans the Saints could add at various positions of need. It's just an idea. All right, and let's see what he got here. He says young, unproven starters and aging NFL veterans have now flooded the free agency market after NFL rosters were forced to trim down to 53 men apiece. The Saints have been hit with recent news that could force the team to look at some various options available to the team now. So here's 4 names they should consider. Tight end O.J. Howard. How long has O.J. Howard been in the league? I feel like he's been reading articles hyping the 6'6", 242-pound Alabama product up for a decade now. Howard has really never seemed to live up to a massive hype. I think he's not on the list anything. I think he got signed by somebody. Potential frame would suggest since getting drafted in the first round of the draft, he never clicked with Jameis while in Tampa. In addition of Rob Gronkowski only pushed him further down the depth chart after signing with the Bills this offseason. Howard was cut by the team on August the 3rd. Okay, leaving room for a tight end needy team like the Saints to swoop in and sign the 27-year-old veteran. With Troutman, the only known and semi-proven pass catcher tight end on the roster, Juwan Johnson and Taysom Hill are both projects at the position. Nick Vannett is primarily used for blocking. A receiving threat like Howard could give Winston another weapon and a chance to click in the New Orleans Saints offense. What y'all think about that? Safety, Jaquiski Tart and Anthony Harris. After potentially losing Marcus May to an inevitable suspension and trading Chauncey Gardner to the Eagles castaways Tart and Harris are now free agents. Tart and Harris both have experience at both positions, the type of versatility Saints head coach Dennis Allen covets. And while neither has the highest of NFL ceilings, there is seemingly higher than a player like Daniel Sorensen. Matthew, May, and PJ could all move around the secondary in either the free safety or the strong safety roles, but the removal of Chauncey likely means one of those 3, cornerback Roby, will have to fill in the slot. Add a player like Tart or Harris helps the Saints retain some of the depth they previously lost, even if that means signing the table scraps left over from the Eagles roster. And then, of course, the final pick here is tackle Eric Fisher. When Armstead departed in free agency, the Saints were able to be, Saints were going to be forced to rely on veteran James Hurst to fill the void. While the Saints were generally willing to hand the reins over to Hurst, they still went out and drafted Trevor Penning in the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft as a long-term left tackle of the future. This would allow Penning to take his time and develop as a long-term starter in NFL while giving the Saints an opportunity to play the better of the 2 options at any given moment. Now that Penning is set to miss most, if not all, of the 2022 NFL season, The Saints have lost the depth on the offensive line. Adding a former #1 overall pick like Eric Fisher could be just the insurance the Saints need in case Hurst were to struggle. Obviously, the Saints hope Hurst played without any hiccups as a full-time starter, but if we were able to be a liability on the line, if he were to be a liability on the line, the Saints don't really have any other starting options they would feel comfortable with if they needed. Let me interject something here. Now about if Hurst starts doing this thing where he's allowing Jameis to get hit almost to the point where he's putting Hurst, there are options the Saints could do in-house. They could move people around. We talked about this before. They could take Andrews Pete and slide him out to the tackle position. Hell, they can move Ryan Ramczyk where he belongs to the left tackle position. They can resituate because most of the Saints starters can play more than one position. Ryan Ramczyk could play both tackle positions. Andrews Pete could play both tackle positions and both guard positions. McCoy could play a center and guard position. Ruiz is fine right where he is at guard. Let him learn that. But then Hurst could play guard and tackle for you. Preferably, I would like Hurst to play right tackle, if you want him to be a tackle. But he's really better at guard because of his ability to get beat by speedy pass rushers. So they do have the ability to move or resituate the offensive line if they have the imagination to. As it appears, they have no interest. They have zero interest in putting Ramczyk at the blindside tackle position. Zero interest. Now, could this be changed if something were to happen? If we don't have that play? Absolutely. You would have to reconsider what you're doing. And if things don't work, you got to make adjustments. So we'll see how it all looks going forward. We'll see. Ant-Man said, nah, I'll pass on O.J. Howard. He helped Jameis reach 30 in the Yeah. DeMario picked him off after O.J. Played hopscotch with the football off his back. Yeah, reminiscent of Hurst. Yeah, I think Troutman, man. Troutman is a guy I think we need to kind of give Troutman an opportunity here. The third year, I think Troutman will help out in the black and gold. I really do. And I've been saying that for a while. I think Troutman will have his best year. And I even gave a statistical mark there. I say I wouldn't be surprised if he has anywhere between 45 to 50 catches this year. He stays healthy. That's what he can get, 45 to 50 catches or more if he stays healthy, because Jameis loves to use his tight end. And if he proves to be a reliable option for Jameis, and remember, a lot of pressure ain't on Troutman that much. He's doing a good job of blocking. We know he can catch the ball. I think confidence, he was getting in his way. The game has slowed down to a degree. He looked really good this offseason. In preseason, he's looked pretty good. He did that tight end university thing when he went there and kind of, what do I need to learn, such and such, and all this kind of stuff. And I think you'll start seeing this year the best Troutman that you ever seen before. And then, of course, look at all of the weapons that the Saints have on, beyond Troutman. You look at Michael Thomas, you look at Chris Olave and Jarvis Landry, Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, Deontay Harty, and guys like that. And you got Troutman there in that next layer. You can't guard everybody, and a lot of times Troutman will be wide open to make plays. So don't, watch out for Troutman. Watch out for Troutman this year. So anyway, let's go to the depth chart right here, fam. This is the Saints depth chart provided right here. See Winston, Kamara, Mike Thomas is there, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave, the 3 wide receiver look, Troutman. You see Prentice, the fullback, Hurst, Pete, McCoy, Ruiz, and Ramczyk. You're looking at your potential starters. And of course, we know about the backup situation and what we need to do with the backup situation as well. You got Traquan Smith right here, and Traquan Smith dealing with, he's questionable with some type of injury. We ain't going to get our first injury report until the next Wednesday. We'll get that next. We'll know who's having problems and all that kind of stuff as well, because we know James Hurst said he'll be good to go. We heard word on the street Mike Thomas will be good to go for Atlanta. James Hurst is good to go for Atlanta. Pete Werner's supposed to be good to go for Atlanta, and Paulson Adebo is supposed to be good for Atlanta going into the game. So that's the players that are listed right now that have some type of injury dealing with the Saints. Now you got backups as well that got some type of injury going on, like Zach Bowen, he got something going on. You got Traquan Smith, he got something going on, and he need to get something going on. Both of them need to get something going on and head out at the door at the same time to never return on the Saints team. But anyway, that's what it looks like right there, family, for the depth chart for your team. Of course, you see the defense there with Cam and Shai Tuttle, David Onyemata, Davenport, Pete Werner, Demario Davis, Caden Ellis in the 4-3 look. Paulson the Debo, Marcus May, Matthew, and Lattimore there. And, of course, the nickel guy, they don't have him listed here. A lot of people thinking it'll be Alante Taylor. It could be Bradley Roby. We don't know for sure. So we'll see. All right. So with that being said, let me do a quick recap, families. We did cover Bob Rose's Saints and NFC AFC Super Bowl prediction. That was fun going over that article. Saints players change jersey numbers after roster cuts. We covered that. Saints have one of the oldest NFL rosters in the business. 4 free agents the Saints could consider at roster cuts, and of course went over the depth as well for the depth chart for the black and gold as well. So you have a Super Bowl team, man, no doubt about it. We have a Super Bowl team here, and it's good to see that. All right, shout out, Brother Derek. Good to see you, man. Good to see you in the chat, Brother Derek. Much love to you, fam. Purple Knight, shout out to you. What's up, Kimberly? Shout out to you. Much love to the fam. Appreciate you. DJ Twigger, much love, fam. Good to see you in this stream as well. All right, good to see you. All right, much love to all y'all, man. All right, who else we got chiming up in this thing? All right, let me see. Traquan Smith's in the building. Backwood, shout out to you, fam. All right, now a quick checkup, man. We got over 220 votes in on the Sports Coma poll that's out in the chat. How many wins will the Saints have this regular season? There's 4 options there. 14 or more wins. You think your black and gold will have between 11 and 13 wins, which is the second option. The third option is between 9 to 10 wins, or the fourth option is less than 9 wins, or 9 and less. So, obviously right now with 220 something votes, the between 11 and 13 wins is blowing out the other options at 66%. You know, that's a huge thing. So a lot of family members feel like the Saints fall between that 11 and 13 win barometer. We got 22% of the people say, nah, they're going 14 or better. So, you know, and then whatever 4% of them say the Saints went 9 and less. So there must be people that ain't Saints people putting in the Saints ain't going to win 9 games. I don't know. Which one of you guys is putting in that Saints going to win 9 or less? Y'all do realize that for you guys that put 9 wins or less, you do realize I'm saying that's for this year, not last year, right? Y'all realize that, right? I'm just drawing that out to you. You know, just drawing that out to you. All right. So with that being said, fam, listen, man, I'm gonna open up the phone lines. All right. Y'all thought I was saying I'm about to dirk out on this one. Now I'm about to open up the phone lines. Y'all give me a second, and I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Let y'all chime in and speak your speech and talk your stuff. So give me just a second. Let me get everything popped up here so the family members can get in here. And remember, it's a lot of us in there. It's well over 200 of us in the stream. And yeah, I got you, Kevin. I see you, bro. There's a lot of people say open the lines. It is Friday, and you know, usually Friday, you know, I try to open up them lines. You know, we got a little extra time here. I started a little earlier. Right hand. How long did I run? Just over an hour. So that's pretty cool. All right, so give me just a second, fam. We're gonna open up the phone lines. And remember, when you get in the stream, please feel free to kind of, you know, say your point and kind of move on, because we're gonna have a bunch of other people I'm trying to fit in as many people as I can, and I want to be fair to everybody. So I want to make sure everybody get an opportunity to pop up on this thing. So give me just a second, fam. I'm trying to get everything situated here. Give me just a second here. Make sure I get everything situated here. Just a second here. All right, give me just a second. All right, okay. All right, fam. Give me here. I'm about to share the link in the chat right now. So y'all just give me just a second here. And we'll get it popping. All right. All right, fam, we'll let you in. Remember, when you hit the link, fam, please feel free to understand that you're going to have a lot of people behind you. So please feel free to speak your game, and then kind of, you know, feel free to move on so the next person can get an opportunity to talk. Brother William says, Q, like Cam called them, that's casual fans. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, I got you. All right, yeah, casual friends. There you go. There you go. There you go. Cam did say that too. All right, we're gonna bring in our first caller here. We got Brother Prime. Brother Prime, welcome to the stream. How you doing, brother? Could you turn your TV down for me? Who that to you, brother? You got a little feedback behind you. You got your phone kind of.
Well,
I mean your
it
TV
should
line.
it should be gone now.
Okay. Welcome on in, bro. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing beautiful, man. Doing beautiful. You need to check out my Black Panther chat that I sent you. Wakanda.
Where is it at? You sent me. Where'd you send it to?
I sent you a $2 chat.
Okay. You sent it. It's in the chat now.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a peek at it.
I'm gonna let you read that, and then I'm gonna continue saying what I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, you go ahead, brother Prime. While I'm looking for it, I'm gonna see if I can find it
Okay.
in there.
Well, what I want to say is, I know a lot of people upset about CD going, but man, it's just a team sport, and he was a real good trash talker, and he was a player. But I'm gonna tell you right now, he's gonna see how different it is playing in the elements compared to playing in the nice confines of a Superdome. He gonna notice that. Don't you agree with that?
Well, I mean, they're gonna probably accept him, brother Prime, just like I mean, he gonna be a safety. I think any organization, I mean, in a family base would like what Chauncey Gardner brings. I mean, he's fantastic, bro. I mean, and he jaws at you, but he works his ass off, man. I think the thing is that the only thing I had about Chauncey, I thought Chauncey should have been cool in his negotiation. He was
Yeah, he
trying to
should.
he was trying to force the Saints to the table, and I warned him. I said, Chauncey, you want to be compensated like a cornerback. I get you on that, but let's handle this real professional. Like, don't force them to the table. Do your thing, and just and at the end of the year, play hard, and then at the end of the year, you're gonna get that bread anyway. You don't have to, do this. So he forced them to the table. The Saints had a hardcore stance, and they couldn't get what get with him on that, and they send them packing. So I mean,
Right.
I warned
And I
them.
think,
I warned him. I
yeah,
said
well,
they
you
don't.
did. You
I
did.
warned him. I told him. I said, hey, bro, they don't respond to that because the way they look at it is you're under contract already. I'm paying you already, and now
Exactly.
you voluntarily telling me that you're not coming and that you want me to come to the table, and I've already drafted your guy. You don't have any leverage here. I have the leverage because I got the guy that I'm going to replace you with on the staff. I just reworked the contract of this other guy. I got several options. They might not be as good as you, but I do have some leverage. You don't have the type of leverage you have. And what the Saints do, they traded him up out of there, and then they ain't even get nothing really for him. A 5th round pick and a 6th round pick in 2 different drafts.
I think they just wanted to get rid of him because I'm gonna tell you, Alontae Taylor, that blazing speed is going to be a big plus for this defense when you start playing. And as far as CD is concerned, playing out there in the elements at the stadium where Philadelphia plays is going to be different than playing in the dome where
Thank
the
you, Warren.
elements are under control.
Thank you,
Big
Warren.
time.
Thank you, Warren, for hitting that subscribe button. Shout out to Warren. I hope I say your last name right. Schaller. Shout out to you and welcome to the Great Saint Think Tank. You're absolutely right, brother Prime. My thing is much love and respect to that brother, man. I hope they moving him to safety, so obviously he gonna get his money. We'll see him later on this year, and I just find it interesting that the Saints sent him packing to the Eagles, and they could have packed and shipped him to the AFC but I was like, damn, they're not scared of no chance. God, they ain't afraid of him at all. You sent them to the Eagles, and you're like, man, whatever. That's the Eagles, right? Yeah. No, that's all right. We good. We straight. Like, okay. All right. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah, brother Prime, I'm gonna put that link in the chat. I'm gonna peep it out, bro. Again, I don't see it. I don't see that
No,
link.
it was a super chat that I sent you.
Oh, it's a super chat. Oh, okay.
That's what I
Oh,
missed
yeah.
one word.
Okay, yeah. He said Prime said, okay, yeah. Yucks don't make the playoffs. Write it down. All right, I got you on that. All right.
I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling that Brady's not gonna make it to the season because his offensive line is totally different, and that's gonna be a big difference. Plus, now he don't have the weapons he had. Also, I don't know how much of truth this is, but crazy man that they had last year as wide receiver, that took his shirt off. What was that brother's name?
Antonio Brown.
Brown. Yeah, Brown said that I don't know how much the truth is. Somebody might just be playing on people's emotions, but he said he had to leave because Brady was trying to kiss on him. I'm like, come on, people, stop with the foolishness. But I really hope that everything turns in favor for Mays. Well, well, he wasn't really in the wrong because I'm telling you, man, these young people, they are very disrespectful. First of all, why the hell is a bunch of teenage girls playing chicken with him going down veterans?
Well, I don't know, brother Prime. There's still stuff we gotta see about, man. I really don't know. I don't know what's going on, what's shaking with that, my brother, or how that worked.
Come on, these people put faith in you. Come on. I don't know what to say about these young brothers these days, man. They just do some stupid shit to mess up their money. I playing NFL, you
All
can
right.
make that kind of money.
Right. Well, I understand that, brother Prime. Listen, bro, man, it's crazy, man. But we're gonna keep monitoring that situation, my brother. And listen, thank you for your super chat, bro. Thank you for your support and your commentary, my friend. Thank you. Uh,
Wade at? Where's Wade?
I don't know, bro. He around, bro. He'll pop up sooner or later. He like the elephant. I mean, he like what's the person, the horror person that you say his name 3 times in the mirror and they come and
Oh,
get you.
Candy.
Yeah, he the candidate, man. You say his name enough, he'll pop up here. That's what he is. He the candidate, man. He sooner or later he says now his name enough time, he makes an appearance. All right, brother Prime. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you
Don't
for
go to
chiming
playoffs.
in, bro.
All right. You take it easy. Who that, baby?
Who that to you, my brother? Thank you. All right, that's brother Prime, man. Shout out to brother Prime, man, for dropping by. Let's move on to the next one. We got the OG. After that, we got brother Trey. We got brother Tragic. We got WB3 and brother Rich chiming in next. So, brother Jerry, welcome to the show, bro. How you doing, my brother? OG, can you hear me?
I'm doing good, Big Q. How you doing? Who that to you, my brother?
Who that to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat, OG.
Yes, sir. Likewise. Good. It's good to be back to talk to you, Big Q.
It's been a while, bro.
Everyone in the chat. How y'all doing on this Friday night?
Doing good, bro. I'm sitting here talking to you and having fun, bro. Everything is wonderful, bro. I can't complain.
You gonna do no good, Big Q.
There you go. We're gonna sit there and listen.
I'm just ready. I'm just ready for them fail cons on next Sunday.
Yeah, me too, brother Jerry. I can't wait, man, to see what how that to get a little regular season action going on, man. We've been a long time, bro. Been a while, man, since we seen football that matters, man. So it's gonna be good seeing that.
Yes, sir. I can't wait. Like Bart Scott, can't wait.
Yeah, can't wait, bro. For real. Well, how you think it plays, brother Jerry? How you think the win gonna play out?
Oh man. Well, first off, I tell you what. After a successful, great offseason the Saints had earlier this year, with the draft picks and the guys that we need, to I will say average preseason that we had, and including the game we won last week over the Chargers. I mean, it's been great, but this week has been a crazy upside down. It feels like a roller coaster this week. I mean, we all know what happened on Tuesday.
Right.
The Saints tried to pay CD Deuce $8 million, but CD Deuce wanted $12 million, and that didn't happen, and that's why he got traded to Philly. And I was in shock, and I was just in there as Saints fans saying the season is over. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? The season is over. And then another Saints fan had his little live stream saying that CD Deuce got traded to Philly. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, he got traded to who? Philadelphia? Why? And then the news just broke out. I mean, I didn't even look at it on ESPN. I just saw it like in a Canal Street Chronicle or Saints Wire or wherever I got the information from. I'm like, really? And you mean to tell me he wanted $12 million and he didn't get it, and that's why he's up in Philadelphia right now? Next man up. Next man up. So that's why we sitting to where we are right now. And I think Alontae Taylor and whoever else step up to the plate as a cornerback, I think they're gonna do a successful job. I mean, it ain't gonna be the same without CD Deuce, but hey, it is what it is. Like you say, it's about business. It ain't like Madden. It ain't free.
Nah, you're right, OG. I mean, that's the part of the game, man. You know, that happens, man. That's the other side of it. Sometimes, the majority of the times, we get the guy. Sometimes it don't work out that way. So, but still losing and trading away Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and the Saints are still very deep in the secondary, man. So, man, it's just another thing we have to move up and do. But it will not squelch our Super Bowl aspirations. It will not. We still a very dangerous team moving forward. And this move, in essence, once these guys get used to playing a guy like Alontae Taylor, this is a long range move because he just signed his rookie deal. We got him for 4 years. So I mean, this could be something very unique for the Who Dat Nation moving forward. So I mean, things happen for a reason, man. And shout out to Chauncey, man. Much fortune for Chauncey moving forward. Just not against my black and gold, of course, but much love to that brother.
When 2023 roll in and when we go up to Philadelphia and face the Eagles, it ain't gonna be pretty. We're gonna ring in the New Year going into Philadelphia and beat the Eagles because they owe us the last couple of years when we faced them. So I already know what to expect in 2023 on New Year's Day. I can't wait.
Right. Well, OG, listen, bro, you're absolutely right.
And one other thing I want to touch up on, and I'm gonna get out of here. And I heard about the incident that happened on Thursday with Marcus May. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh bruh, come on now. Good thing we got the Honey Badger back home in New Orleans and back with the black and gold for 3 years. So I'm happy about that. I mean, whoever the next safety is to step up, I mean, while he's on this, because I don't know if it's going to be a suspension or not, but whoever the next man up at safety along with Matthew, step up. Yep. We're gonna have a great football season, Saints fans. I mean, yes, I was a little ticked off, but I cooled down and I move on forward. I can't let something like this, go out throughout my day, and and something else that come up. So we're gonna have a successful season, and we're gonna have a winning season. Let me say it again. We're gonna have a winning season. It don't matter if we go up if we win 10 games, 11 games, 12, 13, 14, we are gonna have a winning season. And I'm gonna just leave it right there on the table.
OG, you the man, bro. Thank you for popping in, my brother. Who that to you?
Thank you, Big Q. And once again, shouts out to everybody in the chat. The great Saints tank with my man Big Q and the guys. We're gonna have fun this year. Trust me and believe me.
Thank you. All right, OG. We're gonna talk to you later, my brother. Peace.
All right, take care. Y'all take care.
All right, that's the OG chiming in, man. Much love to OG. All right, shout out to my boy Trey Joseph in the building. What's up, Trey? Welcome to the stream, bro. We got Tragic behind you, Willie and Rich. If y'all want to pop in, man, over the next hour, feel free to hit the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Get in here and speak your knowledge, how you think it, your perspective, your thought process on the upcoming season. How do you view it? There's a poll in the chat right now for the family members to vote on. We got, how many votes is it right now? Let's see. It's a bunch of people voted on the sucker right now. So about 255 votes right now for the family. 67% of the family believe that 11 to 13 wins is where the Saints reside for this upcoming season. Trey, what's happening, bro? Welcome to the stream.
Who that, Q? You already know what the deal is. ESPN ain't fucking with us over here at the Sports Coma, man. They can't do it.
What's good? Possible. What's good with it, baby? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, Q. So it was a beautiful day today. I got a few things. The first thing I'm looking at is Adam Troutman. I am on his neck top. I'm on his head. I am trying to see if he's going to be a successful tight end because we need him to be successful. If not, I'm moving Jawan Johnson to tight end number 1. I do not want to see Taysom Hill yet. He has the athletic ability to be a great tight end, but he doesn't have like the route running safety, if that makes sense. Like, he runs routes recklessly and like puts him into very compromising positions to get hit and get hurt. People who've been running wide receivers who've been playing wide receiver their whole life know how to run routes in a safe manner so they don't get blasted, even if it's a bad throw. That's why I'm scared Taysom playing tight end. The O-lineman situation, I'm still very concerned about James Hurst protecting Jameis's blind side. I would rather see Ryan Ramczyk play left tackle, because that is our most valuable position and player. Like, we need Jameis to be upright or it's going to be a bad time for all of us. I believe that our offense can carry us to anything. It's going to be a high-powered 35 points a game type of offense. Who pick your poison type of offense like we used to do in Breeze's prime years, when he can throw the ball way down the field and hit David Henderson for those long 70-yard completion touchdowns we all miss. What else was I going to say? Got that. Oh, our linebacker. I don't know why Wilson didn't get not a starting spot, but at least the number 3 linebacker position. Like, Pete Warner must be like the second coming of Luke Kuechly, the way they've been treating him and giving him spaces on the depth chart. Like, he has not shown me anything. He cannot play. I'm telling you, Q, if you get time before the season starts, please go back and watch film of last year on Pete Warner. He was not very good in coverage at all. I remember a specific time where they had to take him out of the game and put Quan in there before Quan got acclimated, just because Warner couldn't play coverage. He was getting toasted every time. It was awful to watch. And I think that was it. I think I got everything covered that I wanted to say. Troutman, O-line issues, and linebacker. Yeah, that was everything.
Well, that's interesting situation to see how how he adjusts that to that thing. I'm really kind of shaky about the left tackle position too, but we'll see if he can uphold to it and see how the Saints deal with it, man.
Hopefully, man.
Yeah,
We need to.
Yeah. But
boy, out for a whole 8 weeks, like number 3, like tear in his toe, like man.
He's on IR, man. So there you go, bro. So the Saints move forward, next man up. You know how we do this thing, Trey.
I know, but like, he was such a valuable part. I saw the Marcus May news, and I was so glad I was leaning up against the wall, because my legs got weak when I seen that come across my timeline.
But Trey, I caution you, my brother. Just, we got to see how this thing plays out. I mean, they're saying that's what happened. That don't even make no sense to me. Why you would do that? That makes no sense to me. So I feel like I'm missing some information here. What really happened there? And he came out really quick with a statement from his lawyer saying they're gonna challenge this, and this is not how it happened. You're gonna see that. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it all happens, man. Once it's all revealed.
Oh,
But but we got the depth.
Super Bowl hopes go.
We got the depth, bro. We got the depth. We knew at some point. Now they did move his case back because he is dealing with a potential suspension for 3 games with the DUI situation that he had with the Jets. That was moved down. So that's something that he probably going to face down the line. But this right now, I don't think this is something right now that he'll be impacted by. So we'll have him out on the field to play, and we'll make adjustments as we needed to. But we have a deep secondary room. And I'm telling you, we're going to be fine. Next man up. Let's make it happen. Justin Evans it came in there and he played really well. Acclimated really good. You mentioned Eric Wilson. He can help out in the linebacker room if something goes wrong. Zach Bowen was showing an injury. I don't know why he's on the active roster, but that's something Dennis Allen decided to do. But I think some of this stuff will correct itself as we move into the season. But Trey, bro, much love to you. Thank you for chiming in, my brother. Appreciate the call, my man. You be safe out there, bro.
You too, Q. Who that, baby? Let's go.
Who that? Big ups. All right, that's my dog, Trey. Appreciate Trey. All right, we're going to Tragic. Tragic, what's happening, brother? How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
What's up, Big Q and the fam? How y'all doing out there?
Doing good, bro. Salute to you, my friend. Appreciate you chiming in. How the fam doing out there, bro?
Oh, they're doing good. I'm actually down here in the inner right now. We're down
What?
this morning.
Go ahead on, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Labor Day weekend going down, baby. Crawfish,
Yeah,
all of that.
got to do my fantasy football draft Sunday.
There you go.
Got a piece from the barbershop that I used to go to.
All right, Tragic. Go ahead, bro. You about to say something?
Yeah, I had the exclusive interview from Mickey on what happened with a lot of these incidents over the past few couple of days.
Yeah, enlighten us.
Yeah, Mickey told me like, let me get the record out. So Mickey, what happened? What happened with the Chauncey Gardner Jr. trade? Well, Big Q, I know everybody know about the trout. I was about the trout, man. I got some blood work, and I was trying to get my cholesterol, and that's why I was eating the trout and the salmon, and I was getting omega-3s. But it came down to the last couple of days, the doctor said my iron was low, so I needed some red meat, but the steak was a little too heavy. So I said, I think I like those Philly cheesesteaks. So I worked out a deal with Howie Roseman, and he sent me some cheesesteaks along, and I said, I'll give you Chauncey Gardner. Just give me a good supply of cheesesteaks. I can get my iron up.
Damn.
So that's the whole deal. Every decision is not a football decision, Big Q.
Nah, sometimes you gotta eat, bro. Sometimes you gotta eat. I get that, man. I get that. 5 and 6, a 5th round pick and a 6th round pick and 2 separate drafts. He had to have some food involved in it some kind of way, Tragic.
Yeah, I had to get my iron out, And the situation with Marcus May, Marcus is new to the New Orleans culture. He was riding down veterans. The girls was playing Courtney Love and Magnolia Shorty, ready, smoking gun, and he thought it was a threat. It kind of shook him.
They call him Marcus Mayhem for a reason. How Tragic?
He didn't know it was a bounce song. He thought they was pregnant when they was in the car dancing, ready to kill you with a loaded gun. He didn't know.
Man, I tell you, man. Mickey dropping some science today, Tragic.
Yeah, so that's about it, Big Q. So that's all he had. So, yeah, so that's all he had. That's all he had, Big Q. That's his explanation.
Well, Tragic. Yeah, that's interesting. There, I like that. I thought that was pretty funny. Shout out.
But I think I was feeling real good. I was really feeling good. We had a solid 13 and 14 before these moves. Now I think just because you got so much moving parts now back there, I can see a few blown coverages, and I might have to drop that win total down to about 11. But I felt we had a good solid 14 before this mayhem that took over this past week or so. But I still think we're going to still be solid on offense. I just don't think that we're going to be so much shut down defensively how we was last year. I can just see a few miscommunications now early before it's going to take them a little bit more while to gel, because that's just a lot of moving parts when you're talking about safeties. You're basically talking about no Marcus Williams, no
Jenkins,
C.D. Dudes, no Malcolm Jenkins. That's a lot of the safety is.
Yep.
You're talking about a lot of brains on how you're going to defend certain sets.
Yep.
Those guys, when they probably see like a bunch formation, they probably know how they're going to defend that set. When they're familiar with each other. Now you got all these moving parts when they see the bunch formation, or when they see the rub routes coming, how they're going to play those things right now. So I can see a few little miscommunications early on. But once they do gel, I think, you're going to see the turnovers happen, and you see the defense looking somewhat like how it did last year, and probably even a little bit more, later in the season. But I could see, like I said, a few busted coverages, but eventually it's going to get solid.
Yeah, what's your time frame on that? What you think, about a month worth of gelling?
About a month.
Yeah,
about a month.
I say about that. But yeah, originally I thought three weeks to a month is pretty much what it takes. But like you said, that's a great point about, we know about the safeties and getting rid of Jenkins and Marcus Williams going on to Baltimore, Jenkins retiring, and then the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade does give you a total new look back there. But we counting on high IQ play from Tyrann Mathieu to come in here and do what he need to do. But like you said, they got to get accustomed to how the tendencies of the guy next to him.
Yeah, hopefully our defensive line can really step up with the pressure. Like you said, we got the defense coming in waves, and that pressure just build up over the game. So we gotta maybe lean on that defensive line to put some pressure, early, get the ball out the quarterback hands.
Right.
And I also agree with the early call. I think P. Warner did struggle. I seen him struggle in coverage against those running backs. When they caught him on that island, he always seemed like to get a little bit toasted on those routes to the flat and et cetera. He was solid and getting diagnosing the run and everything. I felt so like first and second down, but I felt like those money plays, but stop the third down conversion. I think that's where Quan was key.
Yeah.
So hopefully hopefully we have somebody else that can fill that coverage role next to DeMario, because I think that's where we're gonna probably miss Quan Alexander on those third down, third and long plays or 30-minute rounds. Just hit both him and CD to do those plays. Because when CD was out last year, our defense got a little leaky on third down. So hopefully Alante Taylor, or Courtney Roby, or even PJ, I guess depending on the situation, hope they step up in that slot role.
Yeah, indeed, bro. You're absolutely right, man. That it's gonna take a little gelling going on between them, and of course, like you said, we facing some stuff going on with May, but I think that's a little further in on this, so we'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, absolutely, well said, Tragic. What do you?
Yeah, so that's about all I gotta say. I want to let everybody get their turn on the platform. So who that to everybody?
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Tragic. Much love to you, bro. You be safe out there, bro.
All right.
Who that? All right, that's Brother Tragic, man. Appreciate Tragic, man. Chiming in. WB3, you up, bro? Can you hear me? Willie. All right, Willie done put his phone down. We're gonna chill on Willie. All right, thank you, Tasha. Shout out to you, Queen. Thank you. Says, He said, it says, who that Q in the family? Is that Apple? I should have known you would have seen. See, no, it's not Apple. It's actually seltzer. It's actually like, what you call it? Like the Canadian, whatchamacallit? The seltzer drink. Not seltzer. What you call it? Yeah. I think it's called seltzer. It's just regular seltzer. That's all. It ain't nothing. I would have known you would have seen me. Shout out to you, Tasha. I know I should have known you was watching. I didn't know. Shout out, girl. Thank you for the super chat. All right, shout out to you and my dog, Big Sean. What's up, Big Sean? He said our defense needs to master the art of the mobile QB contain. I'm with you on that, bro. We talked about that the other day, bro. You made reference to it, the fact that the Saints, one of the kryptonites of the Saints defense has been all of the great stuff that they do. They have a difficult time in defending mobile quarterbacks. Remember the Jalen Hurts thing is big. The Saints contain Jalen Hurts. We beat him. He leaks outside of containment and extends plays with his feet, and it causes problems for us. We have to be able to do something with him. Like I've said, this schedule, we have most of all those mobile quarterbacks running around that we'll get plenty of time and practice this year to kind of correct that wrong, man. So yeah, it's gonna be fun watching the Saints be able to attempt to contain these mobile quarterbacks, man. They're pretty good. Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, he in there too. So yeah, they got some guys that can move. Yeah, ginger ale. There you go, Randall. Thank you, bro. I couldn't get the right word for whatever. I said seltzer, but there you go. You're right. Ginger ale. That's what it is, Randall. Thank you, brother. All right. Yeah. All right. Shout out to the fam, man. Once again, we waiting on Willie. When he get back on the line, we'll open up his what's up, Josh, in his bag? Shout out to you, bro. Good to see you out there, bro. Much love. All right. If you want to get on family and the family members want to pop in and spit their game, man, feel free to hit the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. in there if you want to get in and talk about what your thought process or your predictions going into the season, how you think this thing shake, thoughts on what happened with Marcus May, thoughts on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, all that's at play. You can feel free to pop in, and speak your game, and then of course allow somebody else to pop in that thing as well and get them their chance. The link is pinned to the chat. Also, as far as the poll, there's a poll that almost 300 people and voted on it. It's called "How many wins will the Saints have this regular season?" 14 or more is the top, is the number one option. Number 2 is 11 to 13 wins. Number 3 is 9 to 10 wins, and then the fourth option is 9 or less. There, so and then right now the poll is being dominated by the family members that believe the Saints will win between 11 and 13 wins this season by a big total of 67%. So out of almost 300 people that have been, it's over 280 people that's been polled, 67% of said people believe the Saints will win between 11 and 13. The second biggest total is 20%, with 14 or more wins, and then the third's 8% between 9 and 10. And whoever do pick the Saints to be 9 wins or less, I just think that might just be people that's not Saint people. Keep it a buck. I don't know nobody they're gonna pick to say that, man. They're gonna pick the Saints to win on the 9 games. They won 9 games last year. We ain't had no quarterback, and we was busted up with a injury, so I don't know what's going on. All right, no, it's not tonic, Sean. I'll be slurring all over the place. All right, shout out to y'all, man. Good to see y'all in the building. Shout out, man. Appreciate y'all being up in this thing. Ant-Man said, "Where the hell is Willie at?" This just like him. I know, ain't it, Ant-Man? Willie complaining about not getting on the show. Didn't Willie was talking about, oh man, they froze me out. And then look at here. Where's Willie at? He up in there cooking? Willie, where are you, man? We waiting for you. You gonna get on here or not? Doing set his phone down and then went somewhere. Willie outside looking out the balcony or somewhere. All right, shout out to the fam, man. All right, like I said, fam, if y'all want to pop in, man, feel free to hit that link that's pinned to the chat there, and you can be able to get in and spit your game. But anyway, K-Man, what's up, fam? Shout out to you as well. Good to see y'all in the stream as well. Kai says Jalen Hurts is the problem. We got to find a way to contain him and all these other mobile QBs. It's going to be fun watching to see what the Saints have for these guys, man, for this year and containing them. But having speedy linebackers that know what they're doing, that's talented, that helps. And when you have guys like Zach Bowen should be on the practice squad. I don't think Zach Bowen helps you in that regard. I think Eric Wilson was right now outside of the Saints' 2 starters, Eric Wilson was playing the best out of all the linebackers outside of Demario Davis. And even Chase Hansen had moments when he was looking good out there, busting through, making plays and stuff like that. So Nephi Sewell, another young linebacker, he was making some plays for the Saints. So at some point, I still feel good about the Saints linebacker room because I feel good about the practice squad, which I think ultimately things have kind of normalized themselves with a guy like Kirk Merritt's on the practice squad, and you got Traquan Smith on the active roster. You never know. I think eventually those things will serve to kind of normalize themselves in this piece. What's up, Joshua? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you. Reginald says that 4% is locked up. It's locked up, family. Who that? All right, shout out to you, Joshua. Good to see you there, man. And Reginald, appreciate you, bro, as well. No, Josh, not tonight. Pelican Post game report, man. I was probably look at tomorrow, bro. Just be looking out. We hadn't done a show in about 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks now. We're gonna be doing one real soon when we open up the phone lines. Don't be surprised if you see us tomorrow. Just a little shout out there. We're doing, of course, this Sunday. There will be a game, be college football. LSU will be playing the Florida State Gators in the Superdome. That will be covering that game on the Tough Tiger Talk, our college football station, Tough Tiger Talk. So if you want to join us over there, I'll be cutting up over there as well. All right, shout out. We got Brother Pat Rich is going to chime in. We're going to just have to let Willie kind of chill for a bit. We're going to bring in Brother Pat Rich. Brother Pat Rich, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, shit. Who that, baby?
Shout out, bro. What's up, Pat? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, Q, bro? Y'all see how we doing, man? I mean, like, bro, we made the right draft picks. We made everything, the right moves, everything like that there, bro. For those people who are caught up on GJ, screw you. Because basically they say he out of here, all right? He gone. We can't worry about him no more. He out of here. All right. He in book. The book is closed on that chapter right there. He gone too. All right. So I'm so happy that cat is gone. Anyway, because he couldn't step up in the pocket to go on and save his life anyway. But here it is, bro. The way that I see it is this 15-2. 15-2. We can achieve this goal. We can actually go 17-0, bro. When you really think about it, everybody stays healthy. Everybody goes in on, knows what the world will do, this, that, the other, bro. You got a wide receiver core out this world. I mean, bro, we even got a practice squad out this world. I don't understand it. I don't understand what everybody else is seeing, but what I'm seeing is this here. I'm seeing greatness before us right now. I'm seeing a better in 2009 because in 2009, we didn't know who in the world was on the team.
Right.
Really, to tell you the truth. So, the way that I see it is this here, is that gentlemen and ladies, calm down. Calm down, okay? Thomas Patrick Brady, well, whatever the world's name is, we ain't worried about him. You know what I'm saying? ESPN, all those guys that they can go there and talk all the bullshit they want to. We ain't worried about them either, okay? We worried about what the Saints Nation has. We have greatness in front of us. Let's go ahead on. Let's enjoy the year, okay? Because when I say it's going to be enjoyable, it's going to be enjoyable, man. What do we really have to worry about? What do we really have to worry about? We have wide receivers now. Last year, we had none. Last year, we were playing with the bottom in the pits of whoever in the world it was. Sean Payton said, "Oh, I like our wide receiver room." Oh, okay. Well, Dennis Allen didn't. Mickey Loomis didn't. Talk to Dennis. Yeah. That guy right there. That's what we worried about right there. We're worried about this year now. We're not worried about last year. Last year was last year. Everything like that there, bro. We have a whole new core receivers. We have LSU players on our team this year. I can't believe it. Last time we had an LSU player on our team was Devery goddamn Henderson. And trust me, he was going in on just stretching the field. That was it. We got somebody who could actually go on and be involved in the ball game. We have two players who can be involved in the ball game. Marcus May, hey, bro, look at here. Whatever happened with that cat, bro, happened, man. I can understand, bro. I done seen New Orleans, bro. I done seen how these youngsters wilding out, this, that, and the other. And, you know, he probably went ahead on and said, hey, look, y'all need to calm down, this, that, and the other, and all that type of stuff like that there. But yet, though, at the same time, though, guess what? They went ahead on and they said, no, forget that, Marcus. We wilding. We drunk. We this, we that. Whatever in the world it is. Bruh, what are you supposed to do? It's New Orleans. He could go ahead on and try and calm somebody down trying to be doing the right thing. Psh, that go totally out the window, bro. That's the way I see that there. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. We have a great roster. We have a great roster. So everybody calm down. Chill. Let's just let the season play out. And then plus, we have a good backup, Andy Dalton. You saw what he did within the preseason. You saw what he did with the ones. That's the one thing about it, bro. So everybody needs to just calm down and chill, bro. We got a squad. And while we got a squad, shit. I'm just saying. Like old boy on the wire said, shit.
Yeah, the cricket politician, yeah.
My Saints, bro. My Saints about to go ahead and do something impactful this year. And I promise you, bro, that locker room, party central, this, that, and the other, Mark Ingram got his 22 back. Hey, look here. Bye, CD. Bye. Have fun in Philly, bro. I'm glad for you, cuz. I'm really glad for you, bro. I am so happy for you that you about to get your money because guess what? You should have waited until next year when the contract negotiation and TV contracts go up. That way you could have gotten more money for what you were asking for. But yet, though, you chose to ask for it this year rather than to wait until next year when contracts and that cap space goes up. You dummy. You're the dummy. It's on you. So for me, bro, I look at it as we have a great squad this year. We are not sure about our left tackle. Yes. I mean, like, I wish we would have went out to the Raiders and got a boy who they had cut or whatever like that there, so we could have put him at guard or whatever and switched Pete to the right side and switched Ramtech to the left side, so that way it would have evened out in a way, but it didn't. So, hey, what can you do?
Right.
What can you do? You know, it's up to the coaches, to our GM, who's Mickey, who has, bruh, think about it. How many consecutive winning seasons have we had? How many consecutive winning seasons have we had? Even with no quarterback, we still had a winning season. God damn. I'm just looking at it that way there.
Yeah, that's a rare thing, man. For you to still get nine wins, 9-8. You don't even have a quarterback, 50-something injuries tearing your team apart, and you still finish with
You understand what I'm saying?
A plus 500 record.
Our quarterback even had LASIK surgery. When you got LASIK, that's a big deal right there, Q. You feel what I'm saying, bro?
Right.
That's a big deal. Dude said he couldn't even read a license plate at one point in time.
That's tough, man. He's seeing it all now, man. He's seeing it all now, Pat.
I could pull up behind a car and I can read the license plate clear as day. That dude couldn't even read a license plate, nor a stop sign, nor a yield sign, anything like that at all. So by him not being able to do so, where does that put us now? That puts us at a vertical game that is unstoppable. Unstoppable. We are unstoppable this year. Honey Badger, you know, you lose CD Deuce, yes. You know, your linebacking core, bro, I mean, tight as shit. Tight as shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Henson, I look for him to come off the practice squad because I look for Pete Warner to go ahead and get injured throughout the year, but I look at Henson as a great backup towards that guy right there. Wilson, yes, but no, Henson is an answer towards what we need. I'm just saying, bro. These boys are hungry. And by them being hungry, man, we bringing home that chip, bro.
Chip coming home, baby. No doubt about it.
We got too many pieces in play right now. You know what I'm saying? We got too many pieces in play, bro. And Jesus, bro. I mean, come on. Olave, Jarvis, Michael Thomas. You know, I mean, like, bro, shit. That's just three receivers right there that you got to worry about. And then you throw a tight end in, and then you throw Alvin Kamara in there, bro. Come on, man. You throw Mark Ingram in there. Come on, man. I mean, bro, who are you gonna cover? Who are you gonna double? Really? Who are you gonna double?
Man, there's a lot of weapons, bro. No doubt about it, man. That's why I
You
was
know what I'm
telling.
saying?
I've been warning them, bro, all off season, telling them, man, listen, the Saints just not offense. They got a complete team here, man. Special teams.
They got a complete.
And remember last year, Pat Rich, if you'd had your kicker, you'd have won at least 2 more games on top of that. Remember, you had a roller coaster with crappy kickers you had to deal with.
Look, Q. Last year. We worried about this year now.
I
Our kicker luck.
But you just
his
said,
core-
last year that you got 9 wins with with messed up quarterback play. I'm saying I'm adding that in the mix.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying though, now this year, look at it. We got a kicker. His core now. You know what I'm saying? Blake Gilligan, boy, I can't wait to see this dude here, bro, for the brand, man. I'm talking about dude. Blake Gilligan, bro. He launched 81-yard punts, bro. Do you realize how you transfer the field for our defense at that time? If you land somebody between the 1 and 2 yard line, God damn, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make these bastards work for what the world they got to do, bro. If anybody try and come against us, as far as defensive-wise, our special team got us because Blake going to go ahead on. He going to pin them
Gonna
deep.
pin them deep. Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Set a defense up for success.
And our defense is going to perform at the best of its abilities. You got Cam. You got Peyton. You got Onyemata. You got Street. Oh, Street, even more so. I'm looking at that dude there. He wants to hurt somebody's ribs like he did Drew Brees. You see what I'm saying now? Drew went out for what? 3, 4, 5 weeks and shit. He was hurt. Street went ahead on and cracked 6 ribs, punctured a lung, did all this, and this. Man, come on, bro. We got a goddamn squad, bro. We talking about adding Malcolm Brown if we can, but look at it, though, man. I just think that, okay, Roach being on IR, yeah, we could add a Malcolm Brown. That's good. But at the same time, though, man, I think that we are competitive where we are right now. We're very competitive where we are right now. We have a good rotation. We have Passangill who can go ahead on and switch out with Onyemata or Street at any point in time. You know, I mean, like, come on, man. We you know, these guys are hungry. They're not going to get tired. What they're going to think about is that what's the next play and how do we get this offense off of the field? And once they get that offense off of the field, man, it's a deterrent for any offense that faces our defense at this time. It is a straight deterrent for them to even touch the field. Because once they touch that field, our defense will dominate at all times. Bruh. Championship.
I'm with you on that, Brother Pat. We got one more call coming up behind you, my brother. I'm going to give you the last word on the street.
Look here, man. All I got to say to the Who That family is, don't worry. Trust the dentist. Buy the shirt. I'm buying mine. Buy yours. And we're going to sport them shits at games.
Trust the dentist.
Home party. Whatever in the world it is. It's going to be trust the dentist, bro. Because we trusted the Peyton. And the Peyton went ahead and said, we don't need one LSU player. But guess what, though? Oh, we got 2 of them so far already.
2 starters. Some of the best in the game, in the league. 2 playmakers. At key positions.
God damn it, man. What have we been doing all these years?
And we've been hiring Ohio State guys. He did give you Will Clapp, though. He did draft Will Clapp and give you Will Clapp. So
Hold up. Ohio State, right?
Yes.
Let me remind you, last year, there was an Ohio State coach over Jacksonville. Sorry, Q. Don't mean to go off, bro. But I'm going to go off on this tangent. There was an Ohio State guy at Jacksonville, right? Okay. He went ahead and told his team. He said, look, I'll fly back with you later. But I'm going to the chop house. He went to the chop house. Stuck 2 fingers down the girl's butt cheeks. Right? Went ahead on, suspended. Not even suspended. Everybody wanted to smack him in the mouth. Everybody said this.
I think the most probably the most disappointed person was his wife.
Yeah, but still, everybody on the team felt this guy stinks. We don't need him. We can do better without him. Halfway throughout the year, they went ahead on, they got rid of his ass, right? And at the end of the year, they were known as what? Clown Town. And who did they beat? The Indianapolis Colts with sad-ass Carson Wentz. 2 sprained ankles. God damn. I'm just thinking about this here, bro. And they beat them, and Indianapolis had a chance to make the playoffs. And they had a great running back. And yet, though, Carson Wentz went ahead on and gave up everything. But he gave it up to Clown Town. Which had a sad head coach at the time. Man, come on, bro. What are we doing here?
Urban Meyer, man. He's a throwback. They threw his ass back. All right,
yeah, he went back to the Fishers. But
Threw him back.
ladies and gentlemen, love y'all, bro. Love the Who Dat family. Y'all have a great night, bro. Let's go ahead on Who Dat, all right?
Much love, brother Pat. Appreciate you, bro. You be safe out there, bro. All right, we're gonna bring in what up, Boomin'. What's up, my dog? Boomin' in the building. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Big Q? What's happening with you, bro?
Chilling, bro. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I've been better, but you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking it, man. I'm rocking it, bro.
Good, bro. Good to see you, bro. What's on your mind today, bro?
You know what, bro? Like the last call, you know what I'm saying? Hey, with CJ, CJ Gardner, you know, you get on that podium, you start talking fly stuff, we gonna send you somewhere where you can go ahead and be fly, homie. You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead, go over there and get your money. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared to go ahead, handle y'all business. Y'all might take some L's, you know what I'm saying? But he should have just kept his mouth closed and rock with the black and gold a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? He had a good little spot where he was at, but like I said, if you don't want to be here, we ain't gonna force you to be here, bro. You can go ahead and skid that for real. You know what I'm saying? And I was just talking to my brother-in-law the other day, and he was just telling me all across the board, man, this season, you know, we worried about what we got going on, but all across the board, ain't nobody gonna really be making noise this year, to be honest with you. If we talking about our situation, other teams in the NFL all around the board, we got a whole bunch of duds this year. So if it's up for the taking, it's definitely gonna be us that do it. You know what I'm saying? Packers struggling. You know what I'm saying? I heard some little ramblings about Philadelphia, but man, I don't know what's going on with that too much. And then all around our division rebooting. Magic Man over there in Tampa Bay, he's struggling with his family and on his squad. You know what I'm saying? The Panthers, they just got homeboy or whatever, but they ain't ready. Yeah, they just got Baker. They ain't ready, man. And who else we got? Oh, Atlanta. Boy, they so irrelevant. I can't even think about who in our division, man. And the Falcons, they just there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, everybody else, the Cowboys ain't looking good. Ain't nobody looking good, fam. Ain't nobody looking good this year, bro. So, and then we are layered. Defense is layered. Offense is stacked. You know what I'm saying? And those two run hand-to-hand tandem. If we can go ahead and balance out our defense to make sure that our defense do their job and keep them off the field to where they have enough energy, like I said, we got enough people and enough players to go ahead and do their thing out here, enough brand names at that, to where they can go ahead, rest up, and then keep our opposition at bay. We got enough people. And then I thought about it. If we get tired or if we get injured, boy, the people that we let go that didn't make the team that are now on the practice squad, bro, they just waiting to be stars. They waiting to be household names. You hear me? You said they did everything right. Bro, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready. I am definitely ready. We're going to get down. We're going to get down with the best of them. I don't care how tough our schedule look. I chose that we go ahead and do what? 11 to 13 wins. I definitely see a 13-3. If we do it right, if Dennis Allen can go ahead and coach right, and they don't try and jack us for our quarterback this year like they did last year, bro, we got at least a 14-2 or a 13-3. And I see us running up them numbers. You know how we did year before last? No, was the year before last? Every time we had 40 to 50 points, 35, 40, 45. We stayed at 45 so long, I just guessed we was going to do 45 in the cut. You ain't even have to tell me. Every team we ran it up against, every team we ran it up against, man. And we was always in the playoffs. So, yes, I do have the trust and the faith and the belief in our squad that we're going to go ahead and do what we're going to need to do. And, bruh, if many more feeling like CJ, if any one of them feeling like CJ, they can go ahead and skedaddle too. Because, bruh, like I said, you ain't nobody bigger than the program. You hear me? Ain't nobody bigger than the program. It's who that.
Who that booming. Yeah, that's true, bro. I mean, that's wise words, bro. I mean, he could have took the Eric McCoy route. McCoy playing on this last year. You don't hear McCoy barking a word because he understands that if he plays out the year, if the Saints renegotiate his contract, which probably they will, or if not, and he balls good, he'll be a highly paid player for another squad. You know, so sometimes it pays to be patient, and unfortunately, brother didn't want to wait. But like we said, you said it masterfully, and we said that about the Pelicans too, bro. Is that we only want players who want to be here. If you don't want to be here, and you feeling like we don't appreciate you, and the Saints and even that type of program, you know, they could have really, and I told a family member this before, bro. I said, listen, they could have turned Chauncey Gardner-Johnson down and said, no, we're not gonna do it.
That's fact.
They could have said, listen, but they did say, okay, we'll come to the table with you. Just come on in and we talk about it. And they said it was $4 million apart on the deal. Just $4.
And that's the thing. Like I said, you want to be so greedy. You see what's going on. You $4 million. So you want to go ahead and take away from what the team is building. You see, bro, this is a once in a blue moon thing. Do you see how many stars is on the squad, defensively and offensively? Bruh, I'd rather get a ring. Walk away with my legacy. Hey, I did get a ring that year. You know what I'm saying? That money come and it goes. And when you get a ring, more money come in. Yep. Bruh, are you not? You better cut your thinker on. Yep. So you know what? You don't want to do that? Go ahead and leave, bro. We'll see you. We'll holler at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he going, I don't even care what he got traded for either. I don't care what type of round picks he got traded for. Them round picks is better. You know what I'm saying? I don't care that you a rapper. Everybody else a rapper too. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm a rapper. So, I'm a rapper. Big Sway the rapper. What? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. You ain't saying nothing. Look, fam, go ahead and go over there. When we see you, we gonna see you. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that you see the success that we have. Like you said, we wish you success, but not against the black and gold.
Yes, indeed. That's big time. We wish you well, just not up against our squad. You wanted the money. He got it, bro. So be careful what you ask for. Booming, once again, bro, shout out to you, my brother. Thank you for chiming in, bro. And
yes, sir.
Stay in contact, bro. Much love to you, brother.
Hey, I'm watching even when I don't catch it. I'm watching the replays faithfully, bro. So you got my you got my view, homie.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Much love. Who that, bro?
Who that?
All right, that's my brother, man. Tragic, man. My dog, Boomin, who also does anime content too on his channel. Family, what up, Boomin? Check the brother out, man. Yeah, very talented, man. He knows about that anime, man. Pretty good. All right, man. Shout out to the fam, man. It was good talking to the fam. Been a while since I did that, fam. Been a while since I was able to open up the phone lines and kind of talk to the family members. That was pretty cool, man, doing it. Been a while since I did that. But it was good to get all the family members in. I appreciate all y'all for chiming in, man, and spitting game, man. Brother Pat Rich, Boomin, Brother Prime, Brother Tragic, Trey, all you guys, man. Appreciate y'all doing that, jumping in there. All right. Much love. y'all having fun. All right, DJ Twigger, what's up, my brother? He says, Q, can I get that theme song from the last season and this one? Yeah, bro. You go to the merch store. It's in one of the merch stores. You can go there and you can get the theme song this year, and I think last year's one is in there too. So yeah, you can check it out, bro. It's in the pro shop, and you go in there, you just scroll down and you'll see it there, and you can pick up a copy there, man. So shout out to the fam. Thank you, DJ Twigger. Much love, fam. All right, big ups to the rest of the fam, man. In this thing, Eric says, look at Jarvis Landry. Took a pay cut to come and get that ring. I know, Eric. That's what I was saying. 1 year, $6 million, man. 1 year, $6 million. They know what they're looking at. Tyrann Mathieu said that he wanted to play for a competitor, for a contender. The Saints got him on, and his deal was a pretty good deal for the team. It wasn't no break your back deal. That was a really agreeable deal for both him and the team. Very balanced deal. And of course, the Jarvis Landry thing was like one of the biggest steals of the offseason. You basically paid $6 million to get the best slot receiver, talent wise, that we've ever had here. I mean, last year, just preference it like this. Jarvis Landry last year was banged up and missed some games last year, fam. Landry had 55 catches. You contrast that versus what the Saints wide receivers had. Nobody, even him being banged up last year, he had more catches than any Saint wide receiver last year. He had 55 of them things. I think the closest one was Marquez Callaway. I believe he had like 47 or something like that. So, I mean, Jarvis Landry is such a force, and he'll operate out of the slot. How long has it been since we've been looking for a slot wide receiver? Remember Cam Meredith? Remember Matthews that came here? Rashad Matthews, who was supposed to come here and then he retired on us. I mean, the Saints been trying to get that slot wide receiver position together for several years now. Even played Deontay Hardy over there in a little bit for it. Traquan Smith trying to groom him to play it, wasn't working. And Dennis Allen did what Coach Payton could do in that regard in 1 year. He got Jarvis Landry to sign with the Saints. So, I mean, and play out the slot. I can't overemphasize how important that is. You have three talented wide receivers running around out there. You know, it's just amazing. Then Taysom Hill, when they employ a Mike Thomas is special. Elvin Kamara, nobody's talking about Elvin Kamara. It is absolutely disrespectful for how these commentators, they're talking about all these other running backs, but like put Elvin Kamara like 50th ranked. Elvin Kamara is a top 3 back, in my opinion. He's one of the top, if not the top running back in the NFL. He's a top 3 running back. And ain't too many people can do what Elvin Kamara can do. Now, they got some guys that got some wiggle. Christian McCaffrey does some stuff, but he does one thing Elvin Kamara, he can't do one thing Elvin Kamara does, and stay healthy. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's hurt all the time. And Elvin Kamara, man, it'll be so much of a... Remember last year, so much of the offense was on his shoulders. They were utilizing him. The reason why a lot of the family members, you heard Bowman's excitement, you heard Brother Pat Rich's excitement and Tragic and the rest, Trey and the rest of everybody, is because they realized that you have an overall team. Offensively, they'll share the workload. Like you have Mike Thomas being double teamed. Chris Olave is going to feast. He'll take the top off. And I keep saying this because it's complete balance. Mike Thomas operates the way he's operating. He's going to draw a double team. Chris Olave is the wide receiver that not only can catch and run slick routes, but he's so fast he takes the tops off for the defenses. So you can't play us a certain type of way. You can't stack the box against us because we got a quarterback that's accurate about throwing the ball down the field. We got synergy in the wide receiver room as of before you bring in guys in here. You don't know how they're going to react with each other. Dennis Allen made peace with Mike Thomas and then got him the receiver that he was mentoring all the while. He gave him a couple of draft picks to get him, but he made Michael Thomas happy and made Chris Olave happy with one move. Now, how and this is another thing we're not thinking about, is when is the last time you seen Michael Thomas have a wide receiver next to him who's the perfect complement? Remember, Traquan Smith for all those years was supposed to be the complement to Michael Thomas, and it never materialized. We had 1 year when Emmanuel Sanders, as good as he was still a player up in age, you know, and he did a lot of positive stuff for the wide receiver room, helped a lot of guys like Callaway and Deontay Hardy see the game. You know, he was special, but this is a long-term, this is a real tandem for more years to come. You got Mike and you got Chris Olave, 2 different type of wide receivers, a possession guy and one that take the top off the defense, and Jarvis Landry, the ultimate slot receiver running around there. Jarvis could start for you if something happens to Mike. He'll go in there and you won't skip a beat. So you got them that every last one of them dudes do what they do very well. They play them position, and I can't overemphasize that how balanced and just how maddening and terrible that's going to be for opposing defenses. And then you got to account for all those guys I just talked about, and then have to worry about Elvin Kamara. Are you kidding me? And Elvin Kamara moving around as shifty as he is in the backfield. And you mean to tell me I can't key in on him because I got to worry about Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, and Jarvis Landry killing me? Man, come on, man. Them people sleep out there talking about, I don't know if the Saints gonna make it. Man, are you out your goddamn mind? That they don't. Them people sleeping on. I've never seen so much disrespect for Alvin Kamara before. Previous years, they would give Kamara his due. They acting like Alvin Kamara is chopped liver. He's had his best, one of the, I mean, listen, he's had some spectacular off seasons, but this year, the preseason and the, man, Alvin Kamara, and even the reporters saying, man, Alvin Kamara looks awesome. He looks terrific, you know, and I'm like, man, Kamara's going to cut up this year. And he don't have to carry the whole team because it's a balance there in the room because he got Mark Ingram there. Mark Ingram is going to help balance the running attack as well. He looks really refreshed. And you heard, I played him on the show the other day. Y'all heard what Mark Ingram was saying about the chip and how the Saints view themselves as a contender. They know about slot closing windows, and the Saints got a window right now. They're a beautiful mix of veteran talent and young talent that balances off what they're doing, like Chris Olave and Michael Thomas. Though they're perfect. They're perfect. Then Jarvis operating there. Then Taysom Hill comes in there along there with a weapon. Alvin Kamara doing his thing. You mixing Deontay Hardy in there. Man, them people don't understand what time it is because very few people seen a complete team like this. And they disrespecting Jameis Winston because they don't think he can do it. Man, listen, you drop Trent Dilfer sorry ass in the middle of this squad, and the Saints will win at least 10 games with him operate. The defense in itself is formidable. One of the tops in the NFL, if not the top. The special teams is a top 3 unit. And that offense, when they finally gel, that's a top 5 unit. The Saints are going to be averaging anywhere between 27 to 30 points a game once everything hit like what it's supposed to hit for. When they realize that you can't stack the box against the Saints and you can't play them a certain way because the Saints going to be taking the tops off defense and forcing you to stretch out and then they operate and tear your ass up. So like I said, man, the Saints are well proportioned with the depth as well. And they put together a pretty solid practice squad. And they're not done yet. So, you know, you could check they traded away Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, which is a big part because he played his position really well, which means that the Saints will have to find somebody else to play that position. And the Saints found Chauncey Gardner-Johnson out of the University of Florida in the middle of the draft, and they developed that man into one of the best nickelbacks, if not the best nickelback in the business. That's the Saints did that. They took a mid-round draft pick, and turned him into one of the best guys in the draft. You don't think they can do something similar to a guy like Alontae Taylor, who is very talented as well? He ain't no Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, but he'll forge his own identity. And you know why? Because I believe in Coach Chris Richard, who wanted to create the Legion of Boom defense in New Orleans. So, man, like I said, them people are crazy, man. They are out of their mind, and they don't understand what the Saints are hitting for. You don't give the Saints all these type of weapons and talk shit to them, or you going to Tom Brady, and then give them a chip on their shoulder too. So not only did you disrespect the quarterback, you disrespected everybody, matter of fact. You started with Jameis Winston. They disrespect Alvin Kamara by not even mentioning him as a top back, putting all these other young backs ahead of him. And then they disrespect Michael Thomas by saying that guys like Cooper Kupp will get in the Hall of Fame before he do. This is preposterous. Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas is easily one of the best people at their positions. Jameis Winston, you got to include him in the top 12 quarterbacks in the NFL. You got to. You know, so at the end of the day, man, you don't add Jarvis Landry and Tyrann Mathieu to your team and then just be a 10-win team. No. It don't work like that. You add guys like that to your squad, you are going to a deep playoff run. So they give us they provided the environment for disrespect. Then they put chips on the shoulders of the Saints because they pissed off. Cam Jordan, I never heard Cam Jordan say that before. Like he was saying, like that the way the conversation was healing, Cam was like, man, the Buccaneers are not a rival. I was saying that Buccaneers, you're not a rival to us. You're not a rival. You're not. We stump you all the time, so you're not a rival. Cut it out. And then Atlanta, you said it's a rivalry between Atlanta from back in the day, but Cam didn't stop there. Cam says Atlanta's not a rivalry. And I was like, okay, where you going with this? And Cam says he says none of these teams he says the Saints are in a race against themselves, which we're telling you none of these teams have a chance. So, I mean, that was a gauntlet thrown down to Cam for the team to step up and match Cam's words because he understands, like we understand what this is hitting for. and that them people don't understand what the Saints are this year because they're so in love with Tom Brady. But the Saints should bring down the rumors. We are legend killers. We did it to Aaron Rodgers when he thought he was going to come and chop up some game, and we run him in the mud. We did it to Tom Brady last year when we ran him down. They Super Bowl year, we beat them in the regular season, swept them in the regular season. It's going to continue. Because we can get after them old statues, but the rest of these guys, the defensive challenge for Ryan Nielsen and Coach Richard is two brains working on that thing that'll be able to figure out a way to finally wrangle these mobile quarterback threats so you can start beating Philadelphia and these teams again. You know, Philly beating you, that's Jalen Hurts. And they ran the ball pretty good, too, and their defense was opportunistic, so I can't take stuff away from Philadelphia, man. You know what time it is, but the Saints just have to come to play. All right, so with that being said, fam, listen, there's 200 of us in here. I appreciate you guys for being in the building. Please feel free to check out that poll we got there. In the building, 68% of the poll right now is pushing and saying, hey, man, the Saints will win between 11 and 13 games. Y'all chime in on the poll. Let us know how you feel on that thing. How many people have voted? Over 300 people. Thank you. Over 300 Who-Dats have voted on the poll. And it's 68% of between 11 and 13 wins. The Saints win 19% for 14 or more, 8% between 9 and 10, and 4% for 9 and less. So the Who-Dat Nation is speaking profusely. 68% of the family members is over 320 plus votes as it stands right now. And didn't look like somebody just voted again. 69% of the family members say the Saints win between 11 and 13 games. So I appreciate y'all chiming in on that. Let us know how you feel, because that's big. All right, Purple Knight say, I respect you for opening up the call line, bro, because I wouldn't. Hey, Purple Knight, you wouldn't open up the phone line, bro? All right, T Dirty, what's up, baby? He says Dennis saw it already that he was about to become a locker room cancer. I don't feel bad about him going now. It's just like Graham, we need our culture to remain intact. And I'm hearing that a lot of people were saying, don't like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They're saying how Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I heard that commentary. My brother TJ said, matter of fact, said something. He shared it on social media about people not liking the, how he phrased it. He says, pretty much the negative commentary about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson after he's left. Like, where was that commentary while he was here? Well, you know how it go. You know how it goes sometimes. When you got somebody in-house, you know, you kind of look at them, you love them, you kind of look past their discrepancies. Yeah, you know, and then when they gone, they go to the Eagles, it's harder than say, well, he couldn't do shit anyway. But see, that's how it worked, though. You know, and see, that's what happened with Sean Payton. See, I knew what time it was. Remember when Sway got up here? Sway would not let you. Sway would take up, he would go and form his own Secret Service detail to protect Sean Payton. He was the captain. And he took pride in that. But the moment Payton stepped away and wasn't the coach no more, he said, the hell with that dude. I said, God damn, that's how it go? Damn. You know? But, you know, that's a part of the game. But, you know, my commentary is that's why it tells it like it is. You know, like when we talked about, you know, one of the most beloved people in the Who Dat Nation is Cam Jordan. And Cam Jordan, like the majority of stuff Cam say, I agree with Cam, love Cam, awesome dude, awesome brother. But when Cam was talking all that stuff about, I won't stay clean, I was constantly, Cam, you know, no, cut that shit out. You can't be talking about surpassing J.J. Watt and you won't only play this position here. No, you're going to have to move around on the offensive line so you can do it. And when I was saying that, then what they started to do, they started moving around the line. He had success. All that went away. You start getting all them sacks and them stunts and all that. Oh yeah. All that went away because you can't think like that. You have to be able to willing to do whatever positive, impactful thing you can to help your team win. And I tries to call all them guys out. Like when Drew Brees was doing what he was doing, I was calling Drew Brees out. I called Coach Payton out when he was doing that. Like when he was talking mad to that reporter lady. I forgot her name. He was talking reckless to her. I got up here and defended that lady. When he was talking reckless to the family members that was asking about why you call that call in the playoff games. Don't ask me about fix this, cut this meat. Remember I called them out for that. So I make it a point to like call them out, man. I'm not gonna let you, because you the coach of the team, I ain't gonna just let you make it. No. You do something stanky or kind of, off code, I'm gonna hit you with it. I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm gonna call you. You go off code. I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out. That's what keeping it real is about. You got to call them out, and that's what I do. And the Great Saint Think Tank does that a lot too. So much love to y'all. All right, what's up, Tremaine? He says division champs, Big Q. Who that? Who that to you, my brother? Thank you for being here. Much love to you, fam. Appreciate you. Yeah, y'all remember Swade being the security detail for Coach Payton. Y'all remember that. Swade to get up here and defend Payton to the hilt. Mr. Who that says sad, but it's true that Jameis Jabu will never live the 30 interceptions down even with a chip, much like the Falcons want that 28-3. Yeah, you know what? It's the things like we form the parallels, like you set the paradigms. Right now, that's the paradigm that they're pushing. But we can create a whole new paradigm. Just like they have the power to create negative ones, we can create positive ones and put power behind them and make them even bigger and more impactful than the negative ones that they're talking about. See, this is a remake job. Jameis was not, when he was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, total different system, total different environment. That's what a line is drawn at. Now, once you walk through that door closes, that's done forever. You see what I'm saying? That's over with. But when it come back, when he entered the black and gold building, that's a new chapter in his life. And he walks into the black and gold, he wins a championship, and in the building, he's a championship quarterback. The Saints get a Super Bowl, he gets that credit. And that positive outshines the negative that he had from the previous stint. You see what I'm saying? So that's the paradigm that we need to create. Because when I attack Mad Dog, I attack these foolish, ugly, ridiculous commentaries that a lot of these foolish commentators be having against the black and gold, I attack I attack it with common sense and critical thinking, and I hit it with I show statistics, I show facts, and then I use like factual events that occurred and parallel they bullshit commentary. That's how you can take them down. Like, well, he do such and such, and I just say, well, hold on. Well, the Saints, he'll do this. Well, hold on. How you saying that when this line is not better than this line over it? You just use factual stuff. Y'all know how to do it. That's how we do it here. But I destroy paradigms. I take down negative, garbage, bull crap narratives and stuff that they push them. I tear it down, man, and we create a new paradigm. If they could put up nasty, negative ones, we could tear it down and put up positive ones. 30 he threw 30 interceptions. So the Peyton Manning threw 28. What's your point? You don't throw that in his face. So that's what I'm saying. Just like Peyton Manning had the 28 interceptions in 1 year, y'all remember that? Then you turn around and Jameis wins the Super Bowl. All that's supposed to be closed because that's a different chapter. Any person that points that out, you start hitting them with, this guy is a hater. Why would you go to one of his seasons and keep throwing that back up here? Unless you don't have any valid stuff and you got to axe the grind against Jameis Winston. That's what it really is. And I've pinpointed that several times. You can't keep saying 30 interceptions when that's in Tampa. That's not the same system. That's why he came here, because the risk it and bullshit biscuit system that Bruce Arians was running out there cobbling together was some crap. You come to New Orleans, you operate a real offense. It's a big difference. So there's a line that's like a line of demarcation that we got a line. We got to let them understand. Listen, that bullshit stay over there. Don't come up in here with that third interception nonsense, because that was almost 3 years ago. Jameis is in his third year here, going into his third season here. You talking bullshit. Talk to me about the 14-3. That's how you hit them with, bro. That's how I do it. That's how I talk to him, bro, because it ain't no time to be playing with nobody, bro. Yeah, I'm serious. And like, I've been doing this for a while. A lot of people know, but sometimes I'm not for everybody, and I understand that sometimes I could be a little rough and rugged. You know what I'm saying? People appreciate the love and the passion, but I got to keep it real. I got to tell the truth. I owe that to myself and to the Who Dat Nation and the Great Saint Think Tank to tell it like it is. And that's just something that's rare nowadays. A lot of people like to appreciate for things. No, I get what I deserve and what I earn, what I work for. That's how I look at it. All right, shout out. Randall says, in 4 wide, who will get the end zone first, Olave or Harty? That's a great. It's speed. Well, man, that's a great question. Who's faster? Who's the fastest Saint? Maybe that'll be the next poll that I put up on the next show. Yeah, that'll be the next poll that I put up there. Who's the fastest New Orleans Saint player? And of course, it'll have to be between 4 players. It will have to be Deontay Harty, Chris Olave, Elvin Kamara, and Taysom Hill. That would be the four. And you could, I tell you, you could throw Kirk Merritt in there and see what he can do. But that would be the 5 guys that you would decide on who would be the fastest Saint. Now, Elvin Kamara racing up against Deontay Hardy and Chris Olave. Man, I'm gonna let y'all wrestle with that one, man. Damn. Yeah, man, that's pretty good right there, bro. All right, shout out, fam. All right, T Dirty, shout out to you, my brother. Good to see you. Oh, Reginald says Rashid Shaheed too. Yeah. Okay, Big Sean say Elvin Kamara is the fastest. I wouldn't be. I mean, I would think. I don't know, bro. And yeah, Nola says Alante is 4-3 guy too. Say yeah, but I think Harty and it's got to be between 3 guys to me. It's got to be either Elvin Kamara, Deontay Harty, or Chris Olave. It's got to be between those guys. It's got to be. So whoever's the fastest guy there, man, it's got to. And I threw Taysom Hill in there, but pre-injury Taysom was pretty fast too. But it's got to be between Elvin, Deontay, and Chris Olave. That's you guys. You guys wrestle with that one, man. That's something else. All right. Okay. K-Man says Alante is a 4-4-1 guy. Okay. They're saying 4-3-6. I don't know. We got different times there. All right. Torres says Kamara ain't fast. He ran a 4.5. Really, Torre? Kevin Conley, what's up, bro? Say, hey, Q. He says, you can tell our ball club is the most beloved team in America because our television rates are always high. That's why the flexes our schedule so much. The Saints is must-see football. You're right, bro. You're right, man. The Saints are a team. That's why they try. Yeah, we turn out. That's what it is. Regardless of where we are, you turn the Saints on, we gonna show up. Even when them early Monday game, them old London games where you got to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. The Saints family members be up at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting the chicken ready and everything, get the beer ready and every damn thing, making sure the TV position just right. You know what I'm saying? The ones that down at the game, they out there early. They 4 hours early before the game started to get a good spot to tailgate. So yeah, man, you right on that, bro. You right, bro. All right, Hart says Olave Q. He's the only 4-3 guy out of all you listed. The rest are 4-4 and 4-5. Okay, all right. Torres said that Kamara's 4-5. He runs a 4-5. Derek says, yeah, AK not really fast. That is amazing to me because I thought Elvin Kamara ran. You mean to tell me Elvin Kamara is you got to be kidding. I thought he was a little faster than that. Goddamn. Yeah, goddamn. Elvin Kamara ran a 4.53 in the 40. They even got the video of him running it. Boy, how about that? My goodness, I did not know. But that's his unofficial time is the 4.53 in the 40. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's Torre kind of surprised me with that one. Because I thought he was a little faster than that. Hold on, fam. Let me show y'all it. Hold on here. Let me show it to you. Give me a second here. Hold on. I'm about to show you Kamara running. I thought he was faster than that, but I'm about to show it right here. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a chance. Hold on. Where my button at? Here he is right here. Can y'all see that? There he is right there. And he about to run it. Yep. The AK-41 at the 40-yard with the leopard sneaks on. $4.53. Y'all seen it firsthand, man. That's the receipts. Don't tell me shit. I'll go and look for it, man. I'll break out the receipts on your ass, man. I ain't believe that at all. Shout out to you, Torre, man. Torre said he was 4.53. Torre named him when I showed the whole Who Dat Nation. Showed the whole Who Dat Nation that Kamara ran that 4.53 at the 40. God damn. Yes, indeed. That official, Avis said the official was 4.46. You kidding? Bro, listen. Whatever he ran on the 40, it still looked like he running away from everybody on the field. That boy be running away from everybody on the field. That's the fastest 4.53 player I ever seen in my life. Everybody else must be running 4.7 or something when Kamara out there, man. He's so game speed, he's like straight line speed, I guess it not. But when you put the tape on, bro, he looks a lot faster than 4.53, don't he? Real shit. That's receipts right there. Hart says pull up what you say, Hart? Hart said pull up Chris Olave's. All right, hold on, bro. Give me a second here. Y'all making me break out the tape here, man. Y'all making me break out the receiptage, as I like to call it. Hold on here. Let me see if I can find it. Well, we done eliminated Kamara. We figuring this stuff out right now in real time, haven't we? That was a 4.53 at the 40. So let's look at let's bring up Chris Olave. And I don't know if Deontay Hardy, if he ran a 40. Yeah, 4.39 for Chris Olave, man. Let me see if I can find a video for that. For Chris Olave. Yep. Hold on, let me see if I can see if Deontay had, I don't know if Deontay had a hold on here. 40-yard dash. A 4.48. Okay, they saying he ran a 4.48. Hold on, let me see if I can. Yep, I got, here it is right. Oh man, yeah, Chris Olave smoked the hell out of. Hold on, I'm about to show y'all Chris Olave's. Look like we done eliminated Alvin Kamara, fam. And this is Chris Olave's 40 time right here, fam. Look. All right, here you go. Oh, that's for whatever reason. He's so fast, he done slowed me down. Oh, here you go. There you go. All right, well, for whatever reason, it's jammed. He's so fast, it's stopping. Hold on here. Let me see. Come on, what's going on here? Why y'all in? All right, hold on. Let me back it off a little bit here. All right. Hold on. Chris Olave, here it is again. Maybe I back it up a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Damn, that boy ran a 4.26. That's unofficial though. A 4.26. His unofficial time. Yeah, I would have to say Chris Olave. Official time was a 4.39. So, god damn. Golly, he ran a 4.26 unofficial and a 4.39 official time. God, good grief. There go your winner. I don't know what I know they saying Deontay Hardy was a what was it? Deontay 40 time was a 4.48. Now let me see what Rashid Shaheed is, just for the kick, for shits and giggles. All right, let me see. Rashid Shaheed, young kick returner. His 40 time was. Hold on here. I know he lightning quick too, but it's not showing me his 40 time though. If anybody know, put it in the chat, fam. If y'all know his 40 time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see. All right. I'm trying to figure out what his 40 time is here. They're not showing me. I thought I seen it. Hold on. Y'all put in the chat. Let me know. Oh, 438. Okay. 438. That's not bad. They're saying he runs a 438. Okay. Yeah, I would have to say Chris Olave probably. And the winner is. All right. K-Man saying Alante is a tag quicker. Alante Taylor. Yeah, I heard about Alante, man. Alante. The people start seeing Alante Taylor. Hold on, let me see Alante Taylor's 40 time. 4.36. That's the scout. That's from the scout combine watching Alante Taylor run at 4.36. Official time 4.36. Alante Taylor. That's pretty good, man. A safety that runs like that. Let me show y'all some footage of. Here's Alante Taylor once it gets to moving and running. Here go his 40-yard dash this year at the combine. You see that go the rookie right there. The guy, like I said, he's talented, man. He has the athletic gift. He's tall, 6'1", almost 200 pounds. He loves to hit. He's really intelligent. He's a leader. So, and we're going to see his 40 time. He got speed too, man. The Saints found this guy and gave him an opportunity to get out there and show what he can do. So you'll have an opportunity eventually at some point to play that position. They're about to do his unofficial time here. His 40-yard unofficial time was 4.41. His official time was 4.36. So that's not bad, man. We got some talent here, man. Yeah, we got some talent here, man. Well, let me tell you something, man. We got some talent here. But anyway, look, straight up, we done figured out who the fastest Saint is, just like that, right? I thought it was Elvin Kamara had a chance. Them guys smoking Kamara, man. All right. Yeah, I seen him, Tony. I seen him. Yeah, you're right. Alante got some speed, bro. You're right. All right, you're right. Yeah, Mr. Pop Street Thought says, Q, what you doing? It'll be this weekend, bro. I'm going to do one this weekend. We got, before we go, let me just give the family members, tomorrow afternoon, we got like a 40-minute stream with Bob Rose will be popping up from the Saints News Network. We got Bob Rose here be in the building, and Bob will be talking Saints. What he feels about the Saints going into the season. We covered his new article, the fantastic prediction article, where he just broke down the entire NFL. Shout out to Bob. He did a real terrific job. We covered that whole article. It was fun reading that one. We'll have him in tomorrow afternoon. Back to the sports call. It's been far too long, man, since the last time we had Bob on the show, man. Good to have him coming back around. There'll be another Saints roundtable coming up soon. Just stay tuned on it, family. I'm going to let y'all know the details. We're working on that thing. Sports Coma Fantasy League players, for all my Sports Coma Fantasy League people, if you're still interested in playing the Sports Coma Fantasy League, you go to our YouTube head page, the home page, and then you find the community tab. Go down, scroll down the community tab and find the TSC logo. It'll show you the Fantasy League information. You got to hit that link, but before you hit that link, make sure you either copy the information is some information that you will need so you can access the Sports Coma Fantasy League. This is not a paid league this year. It's a free league this year, so everybody can get involved. It's 18 spots. In the draft starts, it's going to be kicking off coming up real soon. Next week, matter of fact. So if you want to get in the Sports Coma Fantasy League, only the true Fantasy League people, the lovers of it, that really love playing the Fantasy League, even when they're losing, they're trying to still get a win to get themselves back into the thick of things. We want you. So if you want to join the Fantasy League, the Sports Coma Fantasy League, go to the community section, follow those instructions, and sign up for the Sports Coma Fantasy League while spots last. This is your opportunity. We do this every year. I think this is the 4th or 5th year that we've been doing the Sports Coma Fantasy League. Every year is terrific. We have a great time doing it. All right. Shout out to you, brother Marvin. Good to see you in the chat, man. Much love to you as well. Let's see. Damon says, Q, just arrived in the chat from the gym. Thought you probably dirked out already. He said, but I see you sipping on some old yak in that glass, big dog. No, that's not. Tasha said that. Tasha, no, that's not yak, bro. This is what you call it? Man. Somebody said it in the chat, man. Well, I can't remember. It's seltzer. What you call it? Ginger ale. Yeah, that's all this is. It's just ginger ale. That's all. I mean, I knew people was gonna give me some problems when I broke out this whiskey glass. A lot of people gonna say he got some Jack Daniels in there or something. No Jack Daniels. This is just some ginger ale that I got that I'm sipping on right here for. And I knew when I took a sip, I knew Tasha was gonna say something, and she made sure that she said. So it ain't no yak, bro. It's not yak. It's just ginger ale in here, man. I ain't got no yak in here. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to brother Damien, man. No, I ain't dirked out yet, bro. I'm about to dirk out in a minute. I'm about to dirk out in a minute, bro. All right, Nola says, get that media badge. Q, we need better questions than what's Dennis' favorite cocktail. I know, bro. I know. We're going to make it happen, bro. I got all that information, bro. I got it all, man. It's just some stuff that we were, going to checking out some stuff, working over some stuff. But like I said, I got several projects that's in the works, man, that we're working on. And there's some big projects, so it's time consuming. It's just trying to get this done before you move to the next one. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm trying to do, man. But just be a little patient with me. I promise you, fam, that we're going to get there. I promise you. All right. Shout out to you. Thank you for that, bro. All right. Tasha says ginger ale. No, it's not Ciroc. It's not Ciroc, bro. This is ginger ale. See, it's this damn whiskey glass. That's what it is. I know, Randall. Yeah, ginger ale is good for your blood flow, and all that other stuff is not. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit stop your blood flow. All right, so big ups to the fam. Listen, I appreciate y'all, man, for chiming in. I hope y'all had fun tonight. Much love to you guys. Also, please feel free, family. There's a Linktree link that's in the description section below. It says Linktree. You hit on that link right there, and it takes you right into a nice, beautiful, organized page. And it has all of our websites, the headquartered website, thewhothatdaily.com, which is the headquartered website for the PRO Media Network, which includes college football, like the LSU Tigers, and NBA basketball, like the Pelicans, the Saints commentary, and boxing commentary. So if you won't find all of the content that we do in one place, it's at thewhothatdaily.com. When you go over there, please look for the subscribe button so you can subscribe and be notified when we go live directly from there, or when we post new content from the website. So that's there. And also there's several other merch shops that's there. We got thousands of products from anywhere from wall art to stuff for your bathroom, stuff for your bed, clothes for you, for the ladies, for the fellas, for the babies, for the children. We got all kind of stuff, man. Hats and all that. We got it all there. It's in the link tree. It's all nice and organized. Plus the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media stuff. All the links to that. The Sports Coma, or the Great Saint Think Tank Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Great Saint Think Tank Facebook group, there's a link there. You just hit it and join the group, and we all communicate. We can be in touch via the Facebook outside of YouTube. You see what I'm saying? All that's available there. All those links are there, so please feel free to check them out. So with that being said, man, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, wonder your afternoon. Y'all have a fantastic Labor Day weekend. I will be back tomorrow afternoon with a stream with Bob Rose there, and we're gonna get some questions for Bob. He'll join us, and it'd be good to see him back on the platform again. So with that being said, I'm gonna holler at you guys later. Oh yeah, also the theme song, all that's on there is in the merch stores too. So check them all out. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Who that to you, and I'm out.
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a Falcon. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your chain for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, fucking like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this and I'm a who that. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Daily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow.